Yo, what's poppin', guys? How's it going? How's it going? Okay, we have to start the stream a little bit early today. By a little bit early, I mean like 20 seconds early. Because we're opening in a very crucial area where I don't want to be late. We're opening in an area where we're kind of in between two very close setups and a level of liquidity. So yeah, I don't want to be late on that at all. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good morning in the meantime. Bro, I couldn't even get my water for the morning, so let me just see if I can how the market even opens. But yeah, hold on. Let me just. I'm in such a rush this morning, guys. My bad. I'm all over the place. I woke up a little bit late, so I'm trying to get my stream going and all that good stuff. So yeah, give me 1 second. Let me just make sure everything looks good here. Just bear with me for a split second here. 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. Bear with me. Okay, let me just make sure everything looks good. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hold up. Well, make sure VWAP is on. Almost forgot about that. Okay, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna explain the setup in just a second. I mean, I don't even know if I have time to explain it. I'm just gonna put it on the chart just so you guys know what I'm looking at. I mean, I don't know if I should put it on the chart yet because we don't have the confirmations yet, but we are very close to getting the confirmations and the entry. Although, to be honest, I shouldn't even be rushing. I mean, the entry's pretty far away. Okay, well, all right, guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get water really quick, guys. I'll be back in a second. Hold on. I'll be back. All right, I'm back, guys. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay, well, the main setup that I was looking out for, honestly, not really close to it anymore. So that's good and bad. I mean, at least we're not in a rush anymore. But on the other hand, we are approaching this 15-minute gap up here. I don't know if I love it too much, to be honest. I mean, we barely have a sweep off of this low, this overnight low. So yeah, let me just see what I can work with, guys. Just bear with me for a split second. Let me just kind of like get my thoughts together, see if I even want to take this or what I can work with, and so on. Let me just put this out real quick. One sec, guys. Because we are pumping right now. We are into market open. We don't have too much of a read, to be honest. The volume doesn't look all that crazy. I don't know if I really want to take this inverse up here, to be honest, guys. I'm kind of hoping that we tap into it and reject from it. I feel like I have a better setup to the downside, more room, more everything. And like I said, the market just opened not too long ago. So, like I said, I don't really want to rush entering a trade off the bat. You know what I mean? And the reason why I don't really like the setup is the volume. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. No, the volume is good. Let me not lie to you guys. The volume does look good. I mean, we're literally pumping 80 points in the span of 3 minutes. But the thing is with this setup is everything looks too close. For example, if you take longs here, your VWAP would be a 19-point price target. That's not too good in my opinion. Someone said I like downside more. I do too. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I do too. The problem is now our nearby downside setup is kind of far away. I didn't really expect for us to really pump here. Well, to be honest, it does make sense. We had a liquidity at 29,448 throughout the overnight session, which was created during Asia. Yeah, we created this low during Asia. We took it out not too long ago, at like 30 minutes ago. Well, I don't know if you want to count this. Yeah, well, we tapped into it. So yeah, we did take it out. We tapped into it. We stopped out all the orders there. We filled them. Obviously, we're getting the sweep. We're getting a bullish bias. We're getting buying pressure. But the thing is, I just don't like these price targets up here. I feel like our risk reward will be horrible in this trade. I just don't feel like it would just be very a very secure trade, if that makes sense. Yes, the setup and the confirmations are really good, but in terms of the stop loss and the price targets, I'm not in love with it. So I'll probably just skip out on this one. It'll probably work out if I'm being completely honest. Like I said, everything looks very confirmed here. But it just I don't know. I don't like that VWAP being there. I don't like the price targets so close. The buying pressure looks kind of I don't want to say it looks mid, but it doesn't look the best. I don't know. It's just I want more aggression, if that makes sense. Yes, we have a big candle, but there's no aggression, which means that if there's no aggression, there's a good chance where sellers can just randomly step in whenever they want. The VWAP PTSD, that too, bro, that too. Right now, I'm not too worried about us skipping out on the setup because since we have a very close by price target up here at 29,593, which we're probably gonna take out with the way that we're pumping up over here. What we can do is simply give the market. First of all, a big reason why I don't want to see this trade is because we're barely even 5 minutes into market open. You know what I mean? So anything can happen, right? We don't have too much of a trend. We don't have too much of a bias. Well, we have a bias, which is why we're bullish. But we don't have too much of a trend. We're forming it, right? So what we can do instead is wait for this high up here to get taken out, and in fact, maybe even see if we even hold above the VWAP. I mean, we should, right? I mean, we have a lot of buying pressure. But what I was gonna say was we could skip out on this setup, which obviously we're kind of already doing that. And instead wait for a 593 sweep. We take that out, and then we could probably just even use this 5 minute here as something to work with. Because by the time that the market takes out this high up here, if it even takes it out, depending on the VWAP reaction, by the time we take out this high up here, by the time we get a reaction, whatever, we're going to be pretty deep into the market, or at least a few minutes more into the market, that it will show us what to expect for the morning session. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm going to see what we can do there. Like I said, I'm not going to rush anything this morning, especially on Thursday. So yeah. And for my people on YouTube, guys, good morning. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Someone's saying, I'm not hearing any sound. Let me check on my end. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, oh, okay, I hear myself. Yeah, no, it's probably just an issue on your end, bro. But yeah, protect this week's profits more exactly, bro, and definitely yesterday's, bro. So like I said, yes, this setup, like I said, it could work out. I mean, right now the market is trying to decide whether it wants to reject off the view up or not. Like I said, from the looks of it, we're probably gonna see 593. But I'd rather just avoid it and not really mess around with this VWAP and the very shitty price target. So yeah. So like I said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for this 593 sweep. It'll be a better sweep. Instead of having to work with this double bottom, I don't really like it too much, to be honest. We tapped into it, but we didn't take it out all the way, in my opinion. Yes, we did take it out, but you guys know typically I like my sweeps taken out a little bit below and then sweep up. Here we had the drawn liquidity, we tapped into it, and we kind of bounced. So this is kind of like more of a support and resistance type of level, if that makes sense, right? But yeah, bro, let's see the reaction of 593, and then we just go off there. You know what I mean? I took a payout yesterday after that trade. Good catch. Yes, sir, bro. That's what I like to hear, man. That is what I like to hear. Very nice stuff, bro. Very nice stuff. But yeah. Now, guys, in the meantime, while we wait for this to actually get ready and everything, I kind of want to tell you guys, I don't know if you guys knew this, but after we ended the stream yesterday, Apex actually ended up extending the 90% off again. Surprise. But yeah, no, for those that don't know, maybe you guys are living under a rock or something, but Apex ended up extending the 90% off once again, which makes it one of the cheapest prop firms once again. So if you guys do want to get some Apex accounts, feel free to use code Blasters if you guys want to support me, and obviously that code will apply the 90% off discount. All right, guys. So yeah, if you guys use Apex and all that stuff, or are in need of accounts, feel free to use that code for 90% off. All right, guys. Is the activation fee discounted too? I'm not sure. I think for the intradays, which is the accounts that I suggest, maybe for my new people in here or for the people that don't know what accounts to use, I personally highly suggest the 50K intraday trading drawdown accounts. I know, yes, before I would highly suggest the end of day accounts, but we have come to realize that those end of day accounts are probably not the best to trade on, especially if you're not really good at risk management. So now, going forward, I'm going to be suggesting the 50K intraday accounts. I feel like those are way better. No daily loss limits, none of that. It gives you the room to breathe on the trade, and it won't lock you out mid trade just because you get a pullback with the improper sizing. You know what I mean? But yeah. So if you guys do want to get some accounts for 90% off, obviously the code is on the screen. Whenever you guys need it, it's called Blastoise. All right. Anyways, looking back at this market, guys, looking to see, how we're moving. Obviously, the inverse ended up playing out, which we didn't really have a doubt for it. The whole reason why we didn't take it, though, is mainly because we just didn't want to take the risk in terms of the VWAP getting in the way. The price trigger would have only been 20 points, which I know none of us, including me, would have been taking profits at, right? So it just didn't make too much sense, right? But obviously, with the buying pressure that we saw as we went higher and higher up, we saw that obviously we are now holding above the VWAP, all right? But on the bright side, we now have a very good read in the market, depending on the reaction, of course, to see what we can work with here based off 593. Does it want to be a continuation model? Does it want to be a sweep model? You know what I mean? All that good stuff. All right, guys. But yeah. Hey, Bless, how much money do you need in trading to pass multiple accounts? Well, every account has the same price target, depending on if you have the same account, right? For example, if you have like 10, 50K accounts, they all need to hit 53K in total, right? And then once each and every single account hits 53K, you pass them. Pretty simple. David, remember how I said I didn't want to buy more than one account since I'm on workers' comp? Yeah, I do remember you saying that. What's up? What happened now? You said this like 2 days ago. What could have possibly happened in 2 days, bro? But yeah, in the meantime, let me kind of do this while we wait for the market to kind of react here. What are we doing? So far nothing. Hold on, guys. Okay, yeah. For my people on YouTube, guys, I went ahead and sent something in the chat. If you guys want to check it out, feel free to. If you guys, want it or whatever, I'll just leave it there. All right, guys. Anyways, looking back at the charts, guys. So far, obviously, we're still kind of pumping up here quite a bit here on the 5-minute time frame. So we'll see. Now, on the bad part of this, if the market continues pumping up here, guys, we're in a little bit of a like we're gonna be like in a pickle, because I don't really have any setups. So hopefully the market doesn't just continue pumping up off of nothing. At least a retracement. You know what I mean? I would appreciate at least a retracement. You know what I mean? At least, right? Because let's say, for example, right? I mean, if you look at this 5-minute candle right over here, I know we have a fair value gap here, but we have another one over here. So that's not too bad, right? But if the market wants to continue going up and maybe continue pumping up above all-time highs, which is what we've been doing over and over again. I mean, we've only had one red candle in the last week. And obviously we very quickly recovered that red candle. Yeah, we're probably going to see all-time highs again today. It won't be a surprise. So if the market wants to do that, since we couldn't really enter longs off this 15-minute inverse here due to the VWAP being in the way, I would much rather have us retrace and bounce if we want to go up. I mean, I'm not against all-time highs. I'm really not against all-time highs. I will trade into it as long as we get a retracement, because up here, I don't really have anything to really inverse. Yeah, there's no inverse model up here. The only model that we can realistically take if you guys see me catching longs today, the only model that I can realistically only take is a continuation model. So I need a retracement. And the market just wants to keep pumping up here. So I'm getting a little bit worried here. Because if the market pumps, then we can't really catch upside, and we're gonna miss the upside move. Now I get it. There's gonna be that one person in the chat saying, "Oh, but David, why didn't you just take the 15-minute inverse?" Once again, guys, the VWAP is in the way. I've learned time and time again. Most times the VWAP ends up rejecting the trade before the price target, so I just didn't want to risk it in this trade. You know what I mean? It's whatever. You know what I mean? It's only one trade. You know what I mean? Plus, now that we got a better read in the markets, we can always get a nice sweep and maybe even trade back to the downside. It's not a big deal. Obviously, it would require a little bit more patience, but we can work with that. You know what I mean? Especially with the profits that we made yesterday, we're chilling. You know what I mean? We don't have to rush anything today. Now in the meantime, let me just mark out my ES levels here. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, ES is actually trading at all-time highs, compared to NQ. So we have to be a little bit careful with this, and actually pay attention to this as well. In the meantime, so yeah, let me see if I can cook up any setups here. In the meantime. ES is at all-time high, so obviously I don't have any liquidity to the upside. Let me see if we have any fair value gaps, which we should. I mean, obviously, why wouldn't we? Yep, there's one right here, which to be honest is pretty far away, so we probably don't even have to worry about that. But let me mark out this liquidity down here. Let me mark out this liquidity down here, and let me mark out this liquidity down here. We have a fair value gap here. Let me mark out this liquidity as well. It's not the strongest, but I mean, I doubt we even see it today, to be honest. So it doesn't really matter. We have another fair value gap here. The market is still pumping, so we're probably going to take out the next liquidity up. Oh, no, we already took it out. Okay, so we're not going to need this anymore. And we're still pumping, and we're going to see all-time highs in the span of 2 minutes. Okay, so we'll see how we can do off that. So today might just be a short day, a shorting day. If we can catch shorts, if the market even wants to reject, which, you know, we barely do anymore. But in the meantime, mark out all these gaps here. I just want to make sure I have everything marked out and ready on yes, while the market just continues to pump on NQ with no retracement. You know, very ideal. But yeah. Someone said, what are you trading on? I'm trading on Tradebait, bro. I am trading on Tradebait. Now, can we afford a inverse here? Now, the problem is, ooh, this is not going to be fun today, guys. Okay, well, since we can't really catch longs, well, we can, but it's going to be very complicated. So is shorts. Wow. It's going to be one of these days, guys, where we have so many setups and we don't know what to choose. Okay, let me get my thought process together. Okay, so the reason I'm saying, guys, today's going to be a little bit of a headache is because, okay, I'll let you guys decide. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, what are the things that you guys are seeing that's going wrong right here? Let me know. And bro, we can say cash. I know. Don't worry. I know. Trust me. But okay, I want to see if you guys are actually paying attention. What do you guys think are the problems in this current market right now? Yes, we have a bunch of volume. We have an amazing trend, amazing momentum. But what do we like? What's going wrong? Like what makes this market so tricky? Okay, exactly. Multiple gaps. Exactly, bro. So here's the problem with multiple gaps, right? Okay, let's work with upside first, right? Coming into market open, we've already taken out 2 extremely strong levels of liquidity to the upside, right? We took out this high up here, right over here, and we just finished taking out the second high at 640. Now, keep in mind, guys, with price trading at all-time highs, our levels of liquidities to the upside are very, 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 very limited. And we've already taken out 2 out of 3 of the very limited levels, right? So the closer and closer that we get to the final level of liquidity to the upside at 693, the less of a chance of us taking longs, you know, would be. And don't get me wrong, we could still take longs right here, but our price target will be horrible, right? Because if we get the slightest retracement, right now, our all-time high level is only 26 points away. None of us are going to be taking profits at 26 points, even if it's a price target. We all know this, right? So taking longs is kind of already out of the picture for at least the morning, right? So how can we trade downside? Well, you would just simply be like, or you guys are probably just simply thinking, okay, well, David, just take an inverse. It's pretty simple. Since we don't have any more levels of liquidity to the upside and we have everything to the downside, just take shorts, bro. What are you talking about? Here's the problem. If we don't have very strong selling pressure, we won't be able to anticipate us inversing this gap, and this gap. And I know for a fact that the last thing that I want, and I know the last thing that you guys want, is to watch and wait for the market to dump over 150 points to get an entry. To then have a, let's see, okay, a 45-point price target, not bad. But having to wait for the market and having to watch the market dump 150 points for a 45-point price target off an inverse is not in my plan. I do not want to do that. All right. So yeah, we're gonna have to take some sort of risky trade today. Or we can always come back later. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I'll let you guys be the judge. All right. Do you guys want a risky but early trade in us catching shorts if the market sells off, or would you guys want to stay on trade for a little bit longer, wait for the market to sell off over 150 points, and then maybe try to take shorts? I'm thinking a lot of people are saying cash. Okay, well, we can try to do that. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna say cash off the bat and get off instantly. Not at all. No, we're not gonna do that. All right, we're gonna give the market a little bit more time. We're not even 30 minutes into the market, right? So we have some time to really think here, right? But for the most part, you know, if we're gonna have to catch shorts, we're gonna have to wait a long time, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe we can catch something up here. We're just gonna need to form it. You know, that's the only problem here. All right. But yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. Bro, someone said, bro, just wait. It's only 9:50. Well, that's exactly what I said. I'm gonna wait. But yeah, let's see what else we have here. But yeah, I mean, so far, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I kind of wish I had the view up off so I didn't know it was in the way, because we could have definitely caught longs here, but it's okay. It's okay. We can always wait for the next one, man. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah. Now, in the meantime, another thing that I want to tell you guys is, even for you guys here in the premium, once again, maybe you guys don't know, but I have a special promo going on for the premium if you guys want it, because I know a lot of you guys renewals are up. If you guys don't want to pay $50, I don't really care too much, to be honest. But if you guys want to renew on your premium for $10 and get a free month included on top of that, I'm gonna put this link in the chat if you guys want it. You don't have to cancel or anything. You could just simply click the link, and it'll pretty much do everything for you. But if you guys want to stack up on the premium again for $10 and get an extra month included, you guys can always click that link and, you know, pretty much stack up on it if you guys want it. All right, guys. It's completely up to you guys. It's completely optional. All right. But I found a way to, because the thing is, usually when I do these discounts, I've noticed that on WAP it was an issue because, what's it called? Let me type this out. It was an issue because when you guys have the premium, WAP doesn't let you get an extra service included when you already have that service already. But I found a way to actually kind of bypass that, and even if you guys have the premium, you guys can still stack up on the monthly discounts, so you guys, you know, can pay the cheapest price. Like I said, I don't really care about the money too much, but obviously, you know what I mean. But yeah, David, what if I have lifetime? Can I get a free kiss instead? Of course, bro. There you go. Of course. You guys know I love all you guys, man. Except for the people that really complain in the chat. You guys are, you know. but anyways, okay. Anyways, right now we got a little bit of selling pressure, but it kind of just seems like it's a little retracement. We didn't even retrace into the fair value gap, so never mind. Okay, well. I don't know where the selling is coming from, but I'm not gonna be complaining about it as long as we get away from all-time highs. Honestly, I'm not really complaining for it. You know what I mean? but yeah. Once again, guys, I'll like I said, I'll leave the link in the chat and all that good stuff, and you know, we go from there. All right, if you guys want it, feel free to. All right. David, I've noticed that the view up is a big hit or miss. No real predictable reaction. Well, in a lot of cases, I'd rather be more safe than sorry and not figure out if it's a hit or miss mid-trade. So when you're taking trades, at least make sure that the view up is a pretty reasonable distance away. So if your price target is above the view up or below the view up, depending on if you're taking a bullish or bearish trade, at least make sure that if the view up is in the way, you can target that view up and have a good price target. For example, in this trade, let's go off your statement, right? Which I agree with, right? The view up is a very big hit or miss, right? I do agree with you, right? Sometimes the market doesn't care about the view up and sometimes it really does, right? But that's not something we want to figure out mid-trade, right? So anyways, so let me show you guys, let me show you something here, right? So let's say, you know, you're saying that the view up is a very big hit or miss here, right? So let's say that we wanted to take an inverse right over here, right? In this case, since the view up is below our price target on the wait, let me see. It was, yeah, the price target was right here, right? So notice how the view up is right here and not right here at our price target. If we were to take longs here, our first price target, since we know that the view up is a very big hit or miss, or a very big 50-50 type of thing, we don't want to be 50-50 the VWAP and not taking profits at our take profit point. And then what if the market rejects? You're gonna be like, the trade was green, but now I'm red. You don't want to be doing that. So when you're taking a trade, you want to be making sure the VWAP is a good risk reward ratio distance away. So if we hit the VWAP before the price target, which is the drawn liquidity, you can still take a pretty good amount of, excuse me, I have a lot of hiccups. You can still take off a pretty good amount of profits off of the trade, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of refuse to take the longs from today. Yes, we could have definitely caught this entire move to the upside, but the view up was kind of in the way, and it's not something that I was just loving at open. Obviously, I know you guys are going to say this. But David, but the longs worked. Yes, they did right now. Obviously, guys, hindsight is always 20/20 vision. I always say this, guys. It's common sense, right? Did we know that the market was going to be pumping up 100 plus points at market open? Obviously not. And the VWAP was in the way, so it's not something that we wanted to fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was kind of more of a better safe than sorry type of scenario. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, we still have a lot of setups to take for today, so it's all good. You know what I mean? Now we are getting a lot of selling pressure. We are getting a very nice DOL sweep here. So what I'm gonna put here is hold below this DOL equals bearish bias. Now, I am very, very tempted to take an inverse off this fair value gap, which already kind of inverse. But like you guys said, I asked you guys what you guys wanted. Do you guys want a riskier type of trade for today, or do you guys want a really, really good A+ setup? So we're going to do an A+ setup because that's what you guys wanted. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for today. All right, guys. Plus, either way, even if we did end up taking this riskier type of inverse off of this fair value gap, off of DOL sweep with strong selling pressure, we still have the VWAP right in the way, which we're actually bouncing from. So I'm not really trying to deal with that. You know what I mean? So if anything, we can always just maybe wait for this inverse or this inverse down here and then just work with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, a VWAP into fair value gaps in the way, hell nah. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. Right? But we'll see. So here we can't really do anything with longs because I am seeing someone in the YouTube chat saying you should long here. It's easy longs, which maybe you're not wrong. But the thing is, I can't really work with any retracement because the one fair value gap that we had here, we kind of inversed it. We're bouncing off the VWAP, and we then retrace it to the next fair value gap, and now we're getting buying pressure. So, and even if we did get buying pressure here, we're gonna need to wait for a very big bounce for us to hold above 640 to then get longs, which is not something I really want to do because, well, to be fair, the price target would not be that bad. It would be 50 points. So yeah, taking longs here wouldn't be a horrible idea. The thing is, you just don't have an entry model. I mean, maybe we can get it soon, but I just don't know off what. Maybe the 1 minute. Maybe the 1 minute. Nah, because even if you take the 1 minute, first of all, it's not even a fair value gap. But even if you do end up taking the 1 minute inverse here, which is not a fair value gap, but like I said, you're still gonna need to wait for us to hold above 640. So I wouldn't want to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to delete this out of the way since we're not going to use this. If anything, we can always just focus on these two fair value gaps, see the reaction, and maybe even get ourselves a pretty nice setup. All right, or a pretty nice entry model. All right, guys. But yeah, in the meantime, I guess we just wait it out. All right, guys. We just wait it out over here. Okay, someone say here, bro, David, why does the indicator say that the green candle is the London high, even though the ICC indicator says that isn't the London high? Because these indicators are reading two different ways. The way that I based and the way that we built the indicator for the highs and lows for the Asia and London and internal and externals, or mainly for the Asia and London, is okay. What time is the London session? From 3 in the morning till 9:30 in the morning, right? So whatever was the highest point throughout 3 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., that's going to be the London high, whether it was a rejection point or just a regular candle with no rejection, right? That's how you find it, all right? But obviously, that's how I read my Londons. Obviously, maybe someone else disagrees based off their strategy, and if you're using a different indicator, which obviously I never suggested or don't know if it even goes based off my strategy, obviously you're going to get different results, right? The same way, right now, I'm pretty bearish. The same way someone else in another Discord is probably like, oh my God, guys, the longs here look so good. Let's take longs. You know what I mean? It's two different strategies that we're looking at, right? So if you're using two different indicators made by two different people with two different strategies, you're probably going to get a different read, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. So once again, the way that we base our London and Asia, obviously Asia opens up at 6 in the morning. 6 in the afternoon. So 6 p.m. All the way into 3 a.m. So the way you find your Asia highs and lows is from 6 p.m. all the way to 3 a.m. You're going to find the highest and lowest point between that session and mark out those levels there. Same applies with London. Same applies with the New York session. All right. That's how we do it. Last, I'm still waiting for access to the indicator. Let me check it out. Did you ever DM me from the indicator? If you did, I probably missed your DM. Oh, yeah, you actually did. My bad, bro. My bad. Let me actually send it to you really quick here. Let me see. I just have to find. I have to find the code. Where would the code be at? We were looking dumping down like crazy right now, guys. I know I sent the code recently. Where can I send the code? What's up, guys? I'm trying to find the code here. We are shutting off right now, guys. Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna wait for all the fair values to get inverse first. I don't really want to be risking taking an inverse here and then we bounce 11 points later. I'd rather not. Although we are very bearish. Don't get me wrong. We're probably gonna see lower. I just don't want to take that risk. All right, guys. Oh my, holy sell-off. Okay. All right, KW, I'm gonna send you the code, bro. There you go. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's focus back on the markets. Okay, so we're back on this. Okay, so we inverse another fair value gap. Like I said, we're not gonna take this one either because obviously, like I said, we don't want to be inversing this gap and then bouncing 10 points later. You know what I mean? I'd rather inverse everything with strong selling pressure and then we go from there. All right, a lot better. So we're gonna delete this gap. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm even surprised that we what's it called, that we are even selling off. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, with all this buying pressure, I really expected for us to take off all-time highs and probably just sit up here for the rest of the day, just like how we've been doing for the past few days. But I guess not. I guess the market wanted to sweep off of one of the highs at 640, which is not bad. And thankfully, guys, we didn't take the risk and we didn't take an inverse off this one because once again, it just doesn't make sense. Why are you gonna take an inverse off this gap to then possibly bounce 10 points later, right? But yeah. So thankfully we didn't do that. Now we are getting a pretty nice fair value gap bounce here. But the thing is, we can't really take longs because our bias remains bearish. Remember, guys, we're basing our bias off the most recent level of liquidity, which currently sits at 640. All right, so as long as we're able to hold below it, we're bearish. If we're able to hold above it, we're bullish. The thing is, since we're getting a fair value gap bounce here, we should have been in longs. But the thing is, with our bias being bearish, we can't really take longs here unless we want to take the risk of taking longs with a bearish bias. That kind of goes against our strategy and our rules. So let's not do that. All right. The thing is now that we're bouncing and we're probably not going to get an inverse off the final fair value gap, what can we do? Oof. Okay, well, let me figure it out. Bullish FEG. Okay. Because we don't really have too much of a valid setup. Like I said, we are getting a valid fair value gap bounce and everything looks really good here. Very nice confirmations, very good buying pressure, very good momentum, room for higher and all that good stuff. But I just can't take longs with a bearish bias. And even if I did want to take longs and even if I did want to take the risk, it's too late. The market has already pumped up over 90 points, which is very surprising, to be honest. I mean, that's actually very good. But yeah, 50 point 1 minute candles. But the thing is, there's nothing to inverse up here above 640. So yeah, we can get 50 point plus 1 minute candles, but where can we get the entry model? That's a real question. I mean, what can we get here? You know what I mean? So we're still waiting on it, bro. We're still waiting on an A+ setup, and we'll go from there. All right. Someone said ICT, I can't trade, bro. That's a good one, bro. Anyways, let me see here. I mean, so far I can't really do much here, to be honest. I mean, I'm really hoping for some more selling for an inverse, but how are you doing, man? I'm doing good, bro. I'm hyped up from yesterday's trade still, bro. All that good stuff. Can I get the code 2, please? DM me on Discord. There you go. Let me catch up with my YouTube chat. I'm down $4, bro. Come on now, bro. But yeah. Yeah, let's see if we can reject this back down. Nice to hear. When are you inviting us to all of us to your house in Miami and doing a 1-on-1 trade? Yo, never say that shit again, bro. No. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it, bro. Hey, just join the premium list. Hey, bro, welcome, bro. Welcome. What's up, bro? Scalp that 50 points to the T from the VWAP bounce. From the VWAP bounce. We didn't bounce off the VWAP. We kind of went through it. David, why didn't you take shorts at 684? Let me guess. 64 is the complete top of the market. Yep. Bro. Come on now, bro. I'm not a genie, bro. I used to be, but not anymore, bro. Dude, I'm falling off, bro. I have fallen off. I used to be as crazy. I mean, bro. I mean, dude, we're talking 53-day winning streaks, like left and right, bro. Like, you know what it is having a 2-month winning streak? You take one loss, you set up another 1 month winning streak. You take 1 or 2 losses, you set up another 1 month winning streak. Bro, I don't remember the last time I had a winning streak, bro. It's a Trump market, bro. It's 2026, bro. Ever since we went into the new year, bro, we've had a new market, bro, and it has not been the same ever since, bro. Wait, what's a win? Dead ass, bro. ICT got patched in 2026. Yeah, bro. The new update for the markets, bro. Bro, trading in 2025, bro, was like playing prime Fortnite, bro. I missed the 30-point stop losses, bro. Trust me, I missed them too. I really do, bro. I hate that the new normal is a 45-point stop loss, but dude, until Joe Biden comes back into his term or whatever you call it, we're never seeing 30-point stop losses, bro. You guys had 30, bro. No, bro, we used to have 25-point stop losses. And even then, a 25-point stop loss was considered a lot. Now, a 25-point stop loss, yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right. Bro, if you guys used to trade with me back in like 2024 or early 2025, dude, a 25-point stop loss, bro, that was a lot to us, bro. That was a lot to the good old days. Oh, bro, literally prime Fortnite days, bro. Now we got to use 70-point stop losses, and even that's not enough, bro. Like, bro, hopefully whoever goes next into being a president, bro, please don't do all this that Trump is doing. Please. If you guys are in here, my future presidents, please. I mean, give us 4 years of a good market, please. Enough for me to retire. You know what I mean? To retire all you guys, in fact. I remember the 30-point stop loss days, but you're not an OG, bro. If you guys don't remember the 25-point stop loss days, then you guys are not OGs in here, bro. Hey, yo, what's up? Hey, what's up, bro? What's your name? Jaquez Norwood. What's up, bro? I took the inverse to the upside and secured $400 thanks to your strategy. Nice. Well, thanks to my strategy. Wait, hold on. How are you securing $400 days, but to my strategy, but I'm not? Hold on. What are you seeing? Someone said, yeah, I took the inverse to the upside. Wait, we never had an inverse to the upside. Oh, you probably took this one. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say, but no, with this one right here, the reason it was a really good setup. I mean, we had an exact sweep, good buying pressure, good inverse, but I didn't take it mainly because of the VWAP, bro. It was in the way, not a good price target. Rather not, I'd rather be more safe than sorry. You know what I mean? So I skipped out on that one. But if you took it, bro, very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. All right, guys. You just need to remove the stop loss. That's all, dude. It's gonna eventually get to that point, bro. It's gonna eventually get to that point. See, I remember when I was in the premium yet and only paper trading, and I would see 30 plus day winning streaks every month. Dude, don't remind me, bro. Don't remind me, bro. I miss those days so much, guys. Now, dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, bro. I'm scared of getting on live, bro. I'm nervous, bro. I'm nervous to take these trades because you don't know what this market will do, bro. You enter and instantly, boom, 50-point reversal. Or 50-point pullback, bro. I'm scared, bro. Dude, I have PTSD from this market, bro. Dude, back then I didn't even want to go to sleep, bro. I'm like, bro, open the markets, bro. I would hate weekends and all that good stuff. And now, bro, on Monday barely starts. I'm already like, bro, can it be Friday already, bro? Please. You know what I mean, guys? You guys don't understand, bro. You guys do not understand, bro. Anyways, let's see what we got here. Let me see. Oh, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I don't know if you guys follow RP on Instagram, but did you guys see that he's gonna start live streaming soon? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna start tuning into those, bro. I need to see what he's about, bro. No, I did just want to see how he trades, but I've never seen him trade like actually live. OG gap fill trade break. Yo, bro. Wait, how'd you find that? What the heck? Bro, look at my old profile picture, bro. Freaking thirst trap ass profile picture. Ayo, the RP Glaze. I mean, bro, it's something that, bro, he has like how many followers on Instagram? Like 300,000, bro. Everyone has been asking for a live stream. Even I have, bro. I'm trying to see that, bro. I'm trying to see how this dude gets that Maybach, bro. Because I'm trying to get one, bro. That's one of my dream cars. Well, not really a dream car, but it is a car that I do want, bro. Bro, Maybach is so comfortable, bro. We're talking about RP? Yes, bro. Like I said, if you guys follow him on Instagram, you guys probably would have seen that he's actually starting to live trade, I think next week or in a few weeks. Well, to be honest, he's been saying that for a 5 minutes, but I'm sure it's getting closer. RP's going, nah, bro. Bro, guys, look. I'm like I said, guys, bro. If it wasn't for RP, bro, I would not be here right now. But you guys do not understand, bro. Like RP literally changed my life, bro. Live trading for 350 people and saying he wants to signal RP. I mean, bro, we all want to, bro. Come on now, bro. David, did you take 80K in 2 weeks with Apex? No. No. I have never taken an 80K in 2 weeks with Apex. I don't know where you're getting that from. Not gonna lie, his community is pretty positive. I'm not gonna, well, yeah, his community is actually really positive, at least on Instagram. But it's the thing is, on his Discord, he has good Discord mods. Guys, I don't have a single Discord mod. I mod my own chat. So when you guys are talking, share whatever. First of all, I don't really care too much. And second of all, I just don't delete comments. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't do that. Unless you get very annoying. Then yeah. Look, one thing I'm telling you guys is look, if some way, somehow you manage to get banned off my Discord, you must have done something horrible. Like you must have been the most annoying guy that I've ever met in like the last year. You guys, I do not ban people. Like, I really don't. You know what I mean? Like, look, if you're gonna talk your shit, I get it. Look, you're probably just frustrated. Maybe you got a losing trade. Shit happens, bro. I get frustrated all the time too. You know what I mean? I let it slide, right? But if you get banned from this Discord, bro, go play the lottery, bro. Like I said, guys, I don't have strict mods. I don't even have mods. I'm not strict. I don't really care. It's Discord at the end of the day. Yes, I should probably be a little bit more strict to maintain a more strict community. But we're working on that. With the rebrand, I'm gonna be hiring mods and everything. So don't get on their nerves. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, right now we're still trying to sell off here, guys. We're forming somewhat of an MSS model. I'm just a little bit nervous to the point where if we end up getting an inverse, I don't know if we're gonna be overbought or not. So yeah. I mean, oversold. My bad. Oversold. We do have room for lower, to be honest, but the market has already sold off. I mean, over 150 points. We need to sell off another 30 points to see shorts. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. But if we do end up working with some shorts here, we can probably work with something like this. Well, to be honest, the market right now on the 5-minute time frame doesn't look all that pretty, but we can probably work with something. I'm sure we can. Soon, eventually, yeah. We can just target this 15-minute time frame here. There you go. Okie dokie. There you go. Perfect. Okay, let me catch up with the shot. David the NQ Gooner. Come on now, bro. You already know the vibes. Face cam would be goated. Bro, I already told you guys why I don't do face cam, bro. You guys don't understand, bro. Right now, dude, I am chopped, bro. Like, my hair. Dude, I look like the Electro Wizard from Clash Royale, bro. Dude, because you guys, look, if you guys have curly hair, bro, you guys know what it is, bro. Every morning, bro, your bed head, bro, the back of your head is super flat. The front of your hair looks like you got electrocuted. Yeah, bro. And, bro, look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I don't know if you guys know this, but now you do. Bro, I wake up 5 to 10 minutes before the market opens, bro. Like, the one thing I do is wake up, use the bathroom, brush my teeth, and get on, bro. Like, dude. Someone said, do you have a Series 3, a BMW? Bro, that's my, dude, that was my OG car like 3 years ago, bro. Or two years ago. 2.5 years ago, around there. Yeah, bro, I used to love that car, bro. But no shower before, bro, I don't remember the last time I showered. Yo, no, I'm trolling. But now, I mean, I shower sometimes in the morning, but I usually shower after I finish trading. It just like wakes me up and starts my day, to be honest. Bro, falling, bro. Come on, bro. Are you gonna find mods in the community? Yes, bro. I need mods, bro. I need mods. I really do. But I'm gonna do it after the rebrand. And then you guys will do it for free 99. No, I'm just kidding. Now, if I hire mods, I'll probably pay them something. You know what I mean? To be honest, modding a Discord server is You know what I mean? Like, don't expect like a freaking whole salary. You know what I mean? Because trust me, guys, I've had people say, "Yo, can I mod for your server and you pay me like 2K a month so I don't work at a job?" I'm like, excuse me, dude, I don't even make that much, bro. What are you talking about? How the hell, bro? If I could mod a Discord server 2K a month, bro, bro, dude, I'll be like that guy from South Park that was playing World of Warcraft. Let me see, hold on. This guy, bro. Nah, guys, bro, I'm not giving you a whole freaking 9 to 5 salaries to mod a Discord server, bro. No, I'll pay you guys something though. I always pay. I always pay. What do you mean you don't really make that much, bro? I don't, bro. I'm a larper, bro. They were gonna play with me. I'll figure all that out when I'm doing the rebrand for the Discord. Someone say here, yo, how do I join the Discord? Okay, so you can join the premium or you can join the free side of the Discord. I'm gonna send you the link to the free side of the Discord. Um, Here you go. Hold on, Shady. That's the free Discord, and then this will be the Discord for the premium if you want to join. 1 second. Okay, but yeah. And once again, guys, right now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the market is looking. I'll let you guys decide. How do you guys think the market is looking right now? Does it look tradable? Does it look choppy? What do you guys think? Trash. I agree with you, bro. Very, very trash. I mean, the volume is good. The momentum is definitely dying down a little bit. We're bearish. We can't really take longs off this 5 15 minute bounce. And we're trying to get shorts, but I kind of fear that the market will be kind of oversold down here. Although we haven't taken out a single level of liquidity to the downside, we're kind of oversold until we're not, if that makes sense. So I'm just waiting for the market to kind of dump here. I mean, whether it's now, later, whatever the case may be. Looks like my left toe. All right, bro. I don't even know what that shit looks like. But yeah, for now we wait it out, guys. We wait it out. We keep chatting. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And all that good stuff. Now, let me see. Thank you, bro. Do you do live trading? Yeah, I mean, I'm literally live right now. Yeah, look, I'm live on Discord right now. This is where I'm reading the chat from. So yeah. But yeah. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. Someone said here, yo, what do you think is a possibility of I can't even say that word. Single stock futures. What does that mean? Single stock futures. I've never heard of that. What is that? What's the possibility of single stock futures? Single stock futures. I've never heard of that term. I'll catch up with that in a second. Yo, David, would you consider longs off the tiny 5-minute fair value gap above? No, definitely not. Single stock futures. I'm actually like pretty curious. What is that? Let me see. Let me search it up real quick. Single stock future. Okay. SSF is a standardized leverage, often covering 100 shares of a. Wait, that sounds like options. Wait, I mean, standardized leverage and centrally cleared financial contracts, whatever that means, often covering 100 shares of a specific company. That's options. Is that what you meant? Options trading? Oh, I get it. It's option trading without the options. Is that? I think that's what you mean. I've never really seen, I don't know anyone that does that, to be honest. But I guess it's like futures, but like options, like futures for like Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, and all that stuff. I guess you can call it. So instead of choosing an options contract to trade, you just long or short Apple or exactly. To be honest, nah. And the reason I say no is because I used to trade options back then. Nah, I don't like it. There's too much going on, in my opinion. There's too much going on, and I'd rather just stick to one market. So why trade one little thing when you could trade the whole market in general, like NQ or ES? You know what I mean? Bro, Crystal, I am not reading that, bro. You guys know my speech is not the best, bro. So if I read that, bro, I'm just gonna make a fool out of myself, bro. I don't want to short, then we long all day. Bro, right now the market, I mean, dude, there's not much I can really work with here. I mean, at least for now. We are getting a fair value gap bounce. We're back into a bullish bias, or we're about to be. But I mean, we are forming something on the 5 minute here. We can, like I said, we can probably get something soon. It's just a matter of just waiting. So a little bit of patience today, guys. No, I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not saying that, bro. Yeah, I think they're adding it. I think in like June. Wait, it's not a thing. I think it is. I mean, I feel like I've heard of the term of trading futures with single companies, but I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyways, let me mark out this fair value gap here. We could probably get something cooking up here soon. I think we see all-time highs today. I mean, dude, there's no way we don't. You know what I mean? We're right. We're one level away. David, serious question. Can you slam me an eval? Bro. Boy's going broke right now, bro. I can't be sliding evals like that. If we see 30K today, I'm full putting shorts, selling the house and cars on short. Bro, come on now. I mean, okay, I don't think we see the 30,000s. I mean, dude, history will be made if we see 30,000. Because we've never been up there. We've always been in the 20,000s for like the last 1 or 2 years. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I probably wait. Hold on. Come on. Yo, I could probably cook up a setup here, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Hold up. You guys think there is rich that much? Bro, if I make it in trading, bro, the last thing I want to keep doing is continue trading. Trust me, bro. If I was rich like that and I had millions to my name, bro, I would not be here right now, bro. I would be in freaking where would I be, bro? I would be in freaking Dominican Republic in a beach right now, bro. I would not be here right now trading on the demo account, bro. Trust me, guys. The goal is to get rich and leave trading, not get rich and continue trading, bro. Come on now, bro. But yeah, guys, no, seriously, on an actually serious note, I might be finding a setup here. Like, we can actually work with something. Okay, let me kind of lock in a little bit. Someone say here, options without time decay would be great, though. Dude, honestly, you're kind of cooking a little bit there, bro. For those that don't know, the whole reason why I quit doing options was because of theta. I love doing options. In fact, in my opinion, I feel like doing options is more fun than trading futures. But theta just kills those contracts, bro. You can't work with that, bro. You really can't. Anyways, guys, okay, let me cook up a setup here, real quick. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing, all right, that I'm actually liking a lot, right? So let's put like all the jokes aside. Let's focus real quick, all right? So right here, if the market can afford to not break above the high of day up here, right now on the 5 minute time frame, we actually created a 60-point fair value gap right here, right? So what we can do here is, if we can create an MSS model, as long as price doesn't break above this high up here, which it's trying to, so I don't know if the setup will be too valid. But in the meantime, while we're not above this high up here, it's pretty valid, I would say, as long as we can afford a rejection. Right? So look, here's what we can do, right? So right now, currently, what the market is doing, or at least is trying to do, is create, obviously, we were bullish for the whole open. We took out the objectives to the upside, which is 2 levels of liquidity. We got a DOL sweep. We tried rejecting it back down with strong selling pressure, giving us a bearish bias below 640. So what we can do here is, if we can afford a rejection here, what we can do is create the main high and then a lower high up here, which will confirm to us a market structure shift, which means that the market is going from creating higher highs and higher lows into then creating lower highs and lower lows, from a bullish trend into a bearish trend, right? Now, you mix that on the MSS model, which equals a bearish trend, into a bearish bias below 640, even better. And then you mix that with strong selling pressure into an inverse, there's your entry model. And then your price targets is the nearby low, which would be 67 points away, very funny, but, it will be 67 points away at 29,526. We have ourselves a pretty good setup as long as we have really good momentum to the downside. So honestly, this setup is not bad. And honestly, I did not expect for us to create a setup up here. I was kind of waiting for us to inverse this gap down here for us to get shorts. But now that we kind of pumped up here, it's a temporary type of thing where it's like, oh damn, we're pumping up, like there goes the setup. But no, we actually formed a better setup up here for an earlier entry, better price targets, and everything just a lot sooner. And then for the stop loss, what we can do is, okay, look, we're getting the rejection. So the MSS is pretty valid as long as we don't break above this high here, right? The selling pressure is picking up a little bit, right? And I mean, the view up is in the way, so I don't know if this could be an issue, but we'll find out depending on the selling pressure. But what we can do here is look for shorts here, put our stop loss at the fair value, I mean, at the structure, which is an exact 45-point fair value gap. So we could do a stop loss at 29,640 or 641, since let's just round it up, 641, right? There you go. 640. Wait, hold up. I don't have 641. Right. We do stop loss at 25,641. Have our first price target up here for a positive risk reward at 1.25. I mean, 1.50. And then PT2 here. We can just target these two lows down here, and that's we call it a day there. I mean, so honestly, this setup is not bad at all. I actually really, really like it. So let me just rewrite my price targets on this setup. And with the 45-point stop loss, I could probably do like, I'll do the math on that in a second. Hold on. 25. Okay. Because yeah, right now we're getting a lot of selling pressure. I'll probably do like 7 contracts. I am really green on the weekend. I don't want to over risk. I'm just worried. I don't know if that view up is going to be an issue. I mean, the selling looks really strong. We have an MSS model. We have everything bearish. I think we should just go through the view up, just like how we did here when we were really bullish. But it depends. I need to see how the selling comes in real quick. But I actually really like this. The thing is can we inverse it? Because right now, what's another possibility, guys, is the market is simply pulling back into this 5-minute fair value gap and is simply bouncing up. The thing is, if we bounce up, I can't really take longs. Well, I kind of can. Well, the main pressure will be 40 points. Hold on, let me cook something up here. Because anything, if we don't end up inversing the gap, which I think we are, but if we don't, we can also take longs into all-time high. I think we have enough of a price target to also target all-time highs. Well, wait. Because if we bounce here, it'll be 45 points. Then we will target this up here, which will be 30 points. I mean, we could probably work with that, right? 30-point price target, 7 micros. Let's just hope we don't pump. To be honest, we could just target all-time highs. These two levels are right next to each other. But I really want to be bearish. I really, really want to be bearish here. I mean, you're comparing longs into all-time highs, which is 30 points away, into shorts with the whole world of downside. You know what I mean? And we've already taken out the upside levels. So I would really, really rather take shorts here than longs, if I'm being honest. And the selling pressure is also picking up. And I feel like the market is a little bit overbought here. So if we're into up here, we're not going to be oversold at the first inverse here. You know what I mean? We're going to be catching the move as it's reversing. So to be honest, I really do like these shorts a lot more than longs. I am open to longs, but I would much rather just take shorts, at least in this given scenario. But we need to inverse this gap now. And I don't know if this view up is going to be an issue. I hope it's not. I'm going to have to kind of trade through it. But yeah. I really like the MSS model that's forming though. Let's hope that we get the inverse like smooth and clean. Now in the meantime, let me just make sure everything here looks all good and ready. So I will have 2 price targets. So 29,526.75, which would be the low here, and then 29,448, which would be the low of day here. Perfect. And then our stop loss will be at the structured high, which would be at 29,641. Okay, yeah, 25,641 at the drawn liquidity. Okay, perfect. The view up is kind of going to be an issue. I hope it's not. I need strong selling pressure to make sure that we don't go below it. The thing is, the one thing I'm worried about is what if we get a fair value gap bounce here and we go into all-time highs? Because the selling pressure, it's there, but it could be stronger. Because, yeah, right now, it's like the market is very 50-50 here. But I am, like I said, I am leaning more towards shorts. I'll probably just do 7 contracts, like just minimal risk. Because I don't want, I'm very green on the weekend. I don't want to be like getting tilted and, you know, blowing that away. But I really do like the way that short is lined up, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But can we hold? I'm just worried that we bounce off this fair value gap last second and we just go straight into longs. Because the thing is, I mean, to be honest, we would have kind of have to enter literally at the sweep at 640 for longs if we want to catch this. I'm really hoping we sell off here. I love shorts way more than longs. If anything, I'll probably just skip out on longs and come back later. Because I don't know. I just feel like longs, it could work. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. I just don't like it too much. Especially with the MSS being in the way, bro. There's just too much there. I'd rather just wait for shorts. If we don't get it, we come back later. Simple as that. I just don't want to be all over the place with longs and shorts. You know what I mean? So if we bounce here, guys, we can probably just come back later. Would you guys be down for that? We focus mainly on shorts. If we don't get it, we come back later. Yeah, because I don't want to be like, oh, guys, I'm bearish, but we're bouncing, so I'm bullish now. You know what I mean? I kind of want to stick more to shorts. I feel like it has more possibility. Even if it doesn't work out now, I'm sure it can work out later as well. Yeah, I'm just worried that we get a fair value gap bounce here. We start holding back above 640, and then we go back bullish, and then we hit all-time highs. Which all-time highs is right there, so we're probably going to see it soon. But I really want to catch some downside here into these lows down here, even if it's a fair value gap retracement into this 15-minute down here. But I just don't want to be all over the place where I want to see shorts, but you know, the market wants to get longs off of fair value gap bounce. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be all over the place. So I'd rather just stick to a setup that I like more. If it doesn't come in now, we can get it later if the market eventually rejects back down even stronger. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see. For now, I'm gonna stick to looking for shorts. If we bounce here, I'll just come back later. When we'll stay cash for the morning until this eventually inverses. Well, to be honest, we kind of already filled most of the gaps, so I probably won't look back at the setup. But if we inverse it now, I'll take it. But maybe later, maybe not. I'll probably just wait for this one down here. Let me see. Someone on YouTube said, while we wait for this dump here, if we get it, someone on YouTube said, my uncle is a portfolio chief strategist, and my cousin is a quant trader. What do you think they would say if they knew I was day trading? Well, they would probably tell you to trade more like how they do. I mean, if you're doing quant trading, bro, you're pretty damn smart. And if your uncle is a portfolio chief strategist, whatever that is, he probably has some sort of strategy that works a lot more consistently than any other retail trader out there. So if anything, you should probably learn from them and take advantage that you have this opportunity with this connection, bro. I mean, dude, being a quant trader you're very smart, bro. You know what I mean? So try it out, bro. Try talking to them about it, and maybe they can help you out. You know what I mean? If I had the opportunity to learn about quant and you know, more advanced strategies that banks actually use, trust me, I would use those instead. Quant traders are annoying, such insane egos. Well, the thing is, they probably, if you're talking about like quant TikTok traders, bro, then they're probably just like freaking LARPing it, bro. You know what I mean? I've seen a few on TikTok. If you're a quant, that's what I'm saying. If you're a quant trader, you are not on TikTok, bro. Like you know what I mean? Yeah, I was referring to quant TikTok. Yeah, those are LARPers, bro. Those are LARPers. The fuck is a quant? It's more of like a more advanced, technical, more mathematical type of trader, or automated trader as well. Just imagine what we're doing, just more advanced and more automated. That's kind of what it is. Yeah, rocket scientist for trading, pretty much. Let me see here. All right, enough hiding. I need words of advice from all traders. I believe I have all the knowledge I need, but I still struggle to find consistency in my trades. I'm in a loop of getting eval account and then blowing them over tilt. So you just found your issue, bro. There you go. You solved the problem, or not, you solved half of the problem. What changes did you guys make to find consistency in your trades? Well, remember, everyone struggles in their own ways. Everyone gets tilted in their own ways. Everyone has their own issues in trading, right? Remember, you're always going to be a student to the game. Keep that in mind, right? But you found your issue. You're saying that you blow accounts because you get in a tilt. So if anything, you could start practicing actually journaling your trades and even locking yourself out of trades. For example, if you feel like you have an insane amount of tilt over any little thing in the market, lock yourself out after even one loss. Yet it sounds annoying, but it's something that starts building good habits the more you get used to it. You know what I mean? So you found your issue. You get tilted over trades. You're saying that you have found everything that you need to know in the markets. So you're smart chart wise, but you're struggling mental wise, right? Maybe you're FOMOing, maybe you're revenge trading, over trading, over leveraging, tilting, getting frustrated. You know, the list can go on and on and on, right? So how do you fix yourself? Well, lock yourself out. Start practicing discipline practices every day. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So remember, everyone learns in their own ways, and everyone manages their mentals in their own ways. So just try to find something that works for you. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let me see. For example, ICT traders will say that a setup is A plus, but a good setup by a quant trader is probably just numbers. Exactly. It's just more advanced. It's like more. Someone said it. It's like rocket science for trading. You know what I mean? Trump meeting in what? Wait, what? Trump? Hold up. What are you talking about, Trump? Hey, do not tell me Trump is speaking right now. Do not tell me Trump is speaking right now. I'm not seeing any Trump news anywhere. Where'd you see that? Do you have a source for that? Should we wait till we're under the VWAP for shorts? Dude, this setup is probably not gonna play out for the next few minutes. So honestly, the VWAP will probably just average out to be in the gap eventually. So yeah, I'm sure the VWAP shouldn't be an issue the longer we wait for the setup to kind of work out. I'm not seeing anything based on Trump. Let me see financial juice. Maybe that has something. Iran, the U.S. attack was aimed. Yep, usual Iran news. You know, we're kind of used to it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on Trump. I do know that he did go to China, but I'm not seeing anything based on him talking. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Now, guys, one thing I will say, look, if the market breaks past this high up here, we come back later. Deal? Because right now we're low-key pumping. Like I said, we could have taken longs off this fair value gap bounce. I don't know. I'm just not in love with it, to be honest. I kind of want. I prefer to wait for the market to kind of sell off a little bit more, and then we work off that. No one said he's talking. Oh, my fault, bro. My fault. My fault. Thank you again. Y'all will see me soon. Yes, sir, bro. Bro, we want to see you. We want to see everyone here in here succeed, bro. You know what I mean? So if you need help, bro, ask us, bro. You know what I mean? Get some secondhand opinions. I'll be trading on my phone when you go live later. I got you. No, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get off stream just yet. You know what I mean? We'll still reject. But I'm saying if we break above this high up here, it will just kind of mess up the MSS model. And it will just make the trade a little bit less confirmed. And we could just come back later and just wait for the this gap to get inverse eventually. You know what I mean? I'm hoping this is just an extra MSS model, and then we reject back down so we can finally catch shorts. But like this, please reject so we can get a setup so I can get off. So we can get off. But yeah, it doesn't really seem like it wants to be. So if anything, like I said, worst case, we can always just stay cash for the morning and come back later once we see a way better percentage setup, and then we go from there. Yeah, we broke past the high. Yeah, we're probably gonna see all-time highs with this pump here. I mean, I'll stay on and see. I mean, if anything, I'm not gonna get off just yet, guys. Hold on, because right now, from the looks of this candle here, we are forming another fair value as a 48-point candle, and this candle closes in 2 minutes, so we're probably gonna see higher. So if anything, if we pump this candle up, we take out all-time highs, and we get another DOL sweep, it'll be an even stronger DOL sweep, an even earlier entry, and then we could just target this low instead, which would be 40 points if we enter off this inverse here. So honestly, let's give it a few more minutes. Let's take our all-time highs first, if we even want to take it out, which we should. I mean, I don't see why we will pump up like this, go bullish again, and not take it out. But if we can hold this 5-minute fair value gap here, we can get an earlier entry, a better entry, better confirmations, and overall just better everything. So to be honest, yeah, let's take our all-time highs real quick here. I would kind of prefer that. It's a level that we just get out of the way, and then we just work with that. You know what I mean? What's an MSS model and how does it work? Okay, here, let me just show you what an MSS model is. MSS model, market structure shift right here. Okay, I'm gonna link you something. Just read this. in your meantime. Right here. There you go. Just check out that guide right there. All right, bro. All right, but yeah, let's see if we can take out all-time highs. We should be able to. We're like 10 points away, 15 points away. Stick that thing out real quick, and then we go from there. So yeah, let me delete the shorts so I don't confuse anyone. Let me delete the MSS model because we don't have it anymore. Instead, let's wait for that to get taken out and then go from there. We're like 15 points away eventually. Any second now. We can take it out. Wait, David, you said if we bounce, we come back up. No. Not during Asia. No. We'll come back later. Like later, whenever a new setup comes and a new buy is. Not during. I don't trade Asia, bro. When would you look for longs? I'm not open to longs today. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. The price targets, they're decent, but they could be better. You know what I mean? For example, we could have easily taken longs off of this entry right here. You know what I mean? We would have been green. I just don't really like the. I don't know. I don't know. I want to be more bearish today. I feel like there's a lot more room and a lot more opportunity. Plus, the market kind of already pumped up here, so I feel like if we catch longs, we can probably get a good winning trade. But if we try to wait for shorts, we can catch more of a downside move because once again, if we take out all-time highs, we're only so limited to like 40, 50 points before the market rejects. If we wait for the market to reject and we catch the whole move down, we can probably catch 100 plus points. You know what I mean? For example, yesterday, what did we do? Yesterday, we caught shorts at open for 75 points. Shortly after, the market ended up pumping up over 400 points to the upside. So we kind of limited ourselves. Well, we're still green, so I'm not complaining. But you know what I mean? The idea is we kind of limited ourselves by not waiting for the actual reversal and trading with that trend. Right? The market was already going down. So we traded as the market was going down and we cut the shorts for 75 points. As the market was reversing, we had another setup, but as the market was reversing, we didn't have anything to the upside, right? So we had a bunch of levels of liquidity to the upside, and the market traded into all of that for over 300 plus points. So that's what I'm trying to do today, right? Yes, we can catch longs here, right? But I'd rather not be all over the place and be like, oh, guys, I'm looking for longs, I'm looking for shorts, I'm looking for longs, I'm looking for shorts. I'd rather wait for longs to play out, right? Plus, I didn't really like longs in the first place all that much. I'd rather wait for us to take out the high up here, which we just did, and then take out the all-time highs. And then if the market wants to reverse and inverse this fair value gap, we could just target that instead and then just target this low as well, just like that. You get what I'm saying? We would just have more room to the downside, right? Look at this, right? You can target 200 plus points to the downside with all the untapped levels of liquidity that we have to the downside. So I'd rather wait for that. And if we don't get it, then simply, you know what I mean? We still have the profits from yesterday, so we don't really have to rush anything. David, your cash is chunky? Bro, what's up, bro? What's your mouth, bro? No, I'm kidding. But yeah. 10K payout. Nice, bro. Good shit, bro. Really good stuff, man. But yeah, let's see if we can afford one more pump up here. Like I said, guys, we're 10 points away from all-time highs. Let's take out all-time highs real quick, and then we go from there. New Fed starts next week, right? I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Now, one thing I will say, guys, is we don't need to take out all-time highs. We already kind of took out the high up here before the rejection, which is a level of liquidity. So if we can hold below any of these two levels and we go back down, we can still look for shorts. So if anything, we can delete this line so we're not going to use it anymore, and then just put it here. Boom, just like that. And we can still look for shorts off the 5-minute here. So it's the same setup, just higher up. We still have the same confirmation, which is the dual sweep, strong selling pressure. We could base our stop loss based off a structure, just like that. Have PT 1, 2, and 3 down here, and then we're pretty much chilling. Now, yes, I would prefer that we take out all-time highs instead, so we have an extra level taken out. But we can still, if we do reject, we can still look for shorts. Let me see. Blas, I'm on my way to my first payout. How should you handle taxes on payouts? Should I set up an LLC? Well, if you're about to get the payout, setting up the LLC is kind of useless because if you get paid, you're gonna get paid under your social security, which is since you're trading under a personal, since you don't have an LLC. So even if you do have an LLC, you're still gonna have to be paying those taxes under your personal things. Yeah, I would say kind of hold off on the LLC, but it depends. You know what I mean? I would say maybe ask your CPA for that. They know a lot more than I do with that. Now, someone said here, how do I view wait, how to view NQ when MES is very bullish and keeps taking out highs? Well, so is NQ. Remember, we're not rushing anything, and we're not looking for longs. We're waiting for a reversal to eventually come. If it doesn't, then we stay cash. But if it does, we take a trade, which we have setups to the downside for. It's just a matter of when. Eventually, right? Eventually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're taxed on over 10,000, but I don't know. I really, that's not something you ask me. That's something you have to ask like someone with a license and someone that they know what they're talking about. If I've made 10K so far on prop firm, should I open an LLC? Um, why not? Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, and guys, we took our all-time highs. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now let's see if we can afford a deal wall sweep soon. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long. But don't you need an S corp to actually get tax benefits? No, because I'm pretty. Don't quote me on this. Like I said, ask an advisor first. They're the ones that know. But for me, I have an S corp, right? So I don't really know too much about an LLC, but I would assume it's the same thing, because if you're trading and you're putting everything under your LLC or even under your personal, I could be wrong, but I think buying evals, paying for example, look, paying for evals, paying for this Discord, since you're paying for education, based like it's all under your business, like it's all under for trading. I could be wrong. Like I said, please don't quote me on this. What's it called? So you can write off your evals, this Discord. You could pay. You can write it off. You can write off PA fees. You know, all that stuff. You can write it off because it's all under your business. Like it's all under your job, right? If trading is an income for you, it's a job. You know what I mean? Like I said, I could be wrong. I have an S corp, and for me, for all the subscriptions that I pay for and everything that revolves around trading, I can write it off. So if you guys are paying for a subscription, which is my Discord, and it revolves around trading, I'm pretty sure you could write it off. I'm pretty confident you can, but like I said, don't rely off me. Please ask someone that does your taxes, so they can actually tell you, you have an LLC, you file as an S corp. Yeah, something like that. But all I know is that my tax person said, hey, do this as under an S corp, whatever. Like I said, I don't do my taxes. I pay people to do them. So like I said, I don't know. You know what I mean? But I do know that for me, when I usually do my taxes, or usually when I always do my taxes, hold on, pause. I've always written off like all my like subscriptions and everything that revolves around everything. You know what I mean? When you get a payout, you get a 1099 form. Yes, a 1099 NEC, which is a private salary contract. I could be wrong. I think that's what it stands for. 1099 NEC or NES. NES, NEC, one of those things. Let me see. And you're basically filing as a self-employed. You can write stuff off. Exactly, pretty much. So David, you just missed the whole day again. I think I've said it like 30 times today that I just didn't like anything up here. So not really. And I'm still trading. I'm still waiting. I'm just waiting for a reversal. I don't really want to trade the upside. I don't like it too much. I'd rather trade the downside and catch more of the move if it happens. If not, I stay cash. It's fine. I'm still really green on the week. So no room to complain. That's what we got here. But yeah. But like I said, if you guys are in here, obviously if you guys are paying citizen, you know what I mean? For your taxes, try, if you have a CPA, try telling them like, hey, I do this whole trading thing. I've bought X amount of evals. I spent X amount of money on evals on PA accounts and X amount of money on subscriptions, which is what you guys pay for this Discord, and you guys can write it off. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not super sure, right? So you should always ask them instead. Once again, I don't have a license. I don't have any advice to give out. You know what I mean? I'm just talking from personal experience, from what they tell me. You know what I mean? But always make sure. Always make sure. I don't want you guys getting in trouble or anything. As long as you get payouts, you can write it off. I think so. I don't know. For me, obviously you guys know the payouts and everything, so I can write off everything. But a good question actually. If you don't get payouts, can you still write off eval money? Or I think that counts as a loss, but it's not really a capital gains loss because you're not trading the stock market. You're getting paid under a private salary under a company. You can't. Okay, perfect. So if you guys haven't gotten a payout, this is your cue for you guys to lock in, bro. You guys gotta get your payouts so you guys can write off the Discord and write off the evals, bro. Come on now, bro. Exactly. Yeah, there's no capital gains because exactly you're getting paid under an NEC, NES, NEC, one of those things. I think it's NEC. 1099 NEC, which is private salary, because you're getting paid from the prop firm. You're not getting paid from the stock market, which is good because you don't have to pay capital gains tax, which is amazing, right? So yeah. Someone said, "What if I just don't pay taxes?" Good point. Good, good point. You know what I mean? You just need a 1099 form from any firm to start writing stuff off. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, so you do need a payout. You can file evals as an expense. That's what I'm thinking. But the thing is, what if you just don't ever get a payout? Can you still write that off as an expense? You can't write it off as a loss, but you never made money. Let me see. Someone said here, evals can be considered an expense. Can write it off either way, either if you get a payout or not. So it's 50-50. A lot of people are saying that it's not. A lot of people are saying it is. So I don't know. Like I said, that's something that you should talk to a CPA. They would know a lot more of it. And then you go from there. Bro, I'm gonna read I was gonna read it, but I'm not gonna read it. But yeah. Anyways, guys, right now we are holding above all-time highs. Like I said, we're waiting. We're trying to see if we can wait and see if we can see. How many times am I gonna say see? I'm trying to wait to see if we can get a reversal off of DOC from all-time highs. If not, it's fine. We come back later. If not, we stay cash. All right, guys. You won't owe tax if you don't get a payout, anyways. Well, if you're doing it on your personal and you have a job, then you still kind of have to, pay off your taxes. You know what I mean? But yeah. But didn't Trump say that he was gonna do something for people like with under an income of 150K to not write off taxes or something, bro? Like, when is that happening, bro? I'm waiting for it, bro. You can take a loss for I think 5 years. So basically, as long as you're proving that you're trading with, you claim the loss. But how do you prove it if you're not getting a 1099? Because that's kind of your only way in proving it, right? You can't just be like, oh, but look at my trade history. Your credit card? Okay, well, yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, your bank statements. That's right. Okay, well, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Bro, imagine they look at you. Imagine the IRS looks at you and they're like, bro, you suck at trading, bro. Yo, that would be your cue to get off, bro. Chances are we see 30K today. Nah, I don't think we see 30K today, bro. Bro. Dude, just imagine, bro. Like, your CPA is like, bro, like, dude, you've been losing every day for the last 5 years, bro. Maybe this isn't for you, bro. Hey, maybe the next account, bro. Maybe the next full port gets me the payout, bro. You never know. Yo, okay, let me ask you guys. While we wait to see if we can get a DOL sweep here soon, right? In the meantime, do you guys think that straight to funded accounts are worth it? I know that they're very expensive, but has anyone in here ever tried them? I've never tried them. If you could trade, well, obviously, if you could trade, yeah, they're great because you're getting past the eval phase. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If I ever go to another firm, like if I ever try out another firm, I don't want to do the whole eval thing again, bro. I hate them. You guys don't understand. The one thing I hate in trading, the one and only thing I hate in trading, bro, is doing evals, bro. It's such a chore, bro. I hate doing them, bro. Because, bro, I just hate missing out on opportunities, right? For example, let's say for example, right? You guys are trading on Top Step, right? You guys are trading on Top Step. You guys know Top Step, you need 2 days traded minimum to pass your accounts. $1,500 each day to pass the account. What if you get the best the best 2 days of your entire career? All that goes into an eval. It's time wasted. You know what I mean? When that money could have gone into a PA account and requested a fat payout. You know what I mean? I just hate that. I just do. In fact, I know we all hate evals, right? It's stupid, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've always seen these straight to funded prop firms, but I never really thought about them. Are they good? I mean, I know they're very limiting because Yeah, I mean, let's say for example, right, you're just loaded on cash, right? You're like, okay, well, what if I just buy 20 trade to fund this and just full port them, and eventually I'll just get a big win, make all my money back and more, right? So I'm sure they have a consistency rule, a very strict one, right? So how good is it? Is it worth it? Is it good? Maybe I try it out eventually, right? Because I'm not planning on just sticking to Apex 24/7. You know what I mean? Bro, yo, Scooby Doo, bro, come on now, bro. What the heck? Yeah, most of them is 20%. So 20%, let's say 150K, you can still make a pretty good amount of money. To be honest, you can still average out like $1,000 days, which is really good for straight to funded. Now, let me ask you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are like prop firm fiends in here. Is there any? I doubt this exists, but is there any prop firm out there that has a straight to funded and a daily payout on in one account? If there is, I'll buy it right now. Honestly, I look, you want to try it out. More prop firms, more money. TLT, TPT, Take Profit Trader has daily payouts and straight to funded in one account. Try Lucid? Yeah, I've heard a lot about Lucid. Maybe in the future though. No, doesn't exist. Damn. I mean, but that would look to be a cheat code though. And I mean, anyone can full port. You know, let's say you have you know, $5,000 what is it called budget. You know, you buy a few straight to funded, you full port them, whatever. One will surely hit for big, and you just request that every day, bro. You know what I mean? Why don't you make your own prop firm? Oh, I would for sure rug pull you guys. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Nah, bro, dude. I don't know. I feel like owning a prop firm requires a lot of capital. I mean, I feel like I can do it. No, I definitely can't do it. But you know, if I had the capital, I would definitely try it out. I feel like if you want to create a prop firm, you need minimum $1 million, minimum, dude, to develop the website. And I mean, to be honest, bro, there's AI now that can probably develop the website for you. But you know, if you're a prop firm, you want that to be as secure as possible. You know what I mean? It slipped tongue. Yeah. Let's move on, bro. Let's move on. But no, I mean, if honestly, bro, if I had the money, bro, and if I were to invest into any business, I would probably do a prop firm business. And see, prop firms are usually backed by people who have a stake in the firm's profit, and they pay the people out, not the firm owner. Well, I hate to break it to you, bro, but I have no connections, bro. Like, dude, I don't talk to anyone, bro. I have a very small friend group. I don't talk to people. I don't have connections. I don't talk to any big trader out there. Yeah, dude, I'm cooked, bro. You have me, bro. Bro, yo, I have no one, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I don't have connections, bro. And building that connection will take long. I can't just go up to someone and be like, "Hey, can you like lend me like $2 million so I can pay out to a prop firm?" You know what I mean? Let's see here. How come you're affiliated with Apex, who makes money off people losing, but at the same time you're helping people become profitable? Isn't there a big conflict in interest here? Well, not really. Okay, so long story short here, for those that have been OGs to Apex, before, if you guys made your account before like midway through 2025, all of you guys should have an affiliate link, right? Now, one thing I don't do is I don't go on stream and be like, okay, guys, right now the market's going up, so we're gonna take shorts and purposely lose. Obviously not. You know what I mean? That's not how I work. I'm not affiliated with. Well, I am affiliated with Apex, but I'm not. I'm not under a contract. I'm not under a partnership. I kind of just have a code that they just gave me. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, can I get a code? You know, I use your firm. You know, if I'm gonna share it, you know, why not make something out of it? You know what I mean? But no, I don't purposely make people lose to make affiliate money. In fact, I don't really even make that much off affiliates because a lot of you guys don't even use Apex like that. So no, I don't purposely do that. And that's also messed up. And I also have a lot of morals, which is also another reason why I probably wouldn't do a prop firm. Because yes, the whole business model is you need to lose so I make money. And if you win, I lose money. You know what I mean? So yeah. But no, I'm not. Once again, guys, I've always said this and I've always disclosed this. I'm not partnered with Apex. I'm not under a contract with Apex, and I'm not forced to trade Apex. If I want to, I can go trade Lucid or Take Profit Trader right now. I don't have to. I mean, like I'm not under any. I'm just a normal trader. You know what I mean? I just happen to have a code for Apex, which you know, if you guys want to stack up some accounts, you can. You know, you don't have to use the code. You don't have to do anything. It's just something that's just there. You know what I mean? I've always had it. I've had this code for like 3 years, 2 3 years. David, is it the 15th today? Oh, yo, Drake is dropping. Oh shit. Yeah, I probably am gonna be listening to it. Can you link the profit split? Well, I never really share what I make off Discord or off Apex or anything. But it's not as much as you guys are expecting, to be honest. Plus, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I probably make like $1 per every account. You know what I mean? So at most, you're probably just buying me dinner or something. You know, lock in. Yeah. No. Let's actually lock in. We're getting the selling pressure here. But no. Once again, just to completely close it out, I am not partnered with Apex. You know, like yes, I have a code and I use them. So obviously, if I use a prop firm and you know it works for me and I get payouts and I never had an issue, obviously if you guys are starting out and you guys don't know where to start out, you know what I mean, I would suggest you guys to Apex, right? I use them, never had an issue. Well, I have gotten my payout denied once or twice, but I broke the rules, so I kind of asked for it. But other than that, I mean, to be honest, I've kind of always had a good experience with Apex. You know what I mean? So obviously, if you're new to trading and you don't know what to start with, obviously I'm going to suggest Apex and you know make something out of it by promoting my code. Doesn't mean I'm praying that you lose, but you know what I mean. All that good stuff. But yeah. Oh my goodness, bro. My JPQ position is actually about to hit all-time highs again. I just realized. Anyways, okay, let's see if we can sell off here, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to get a deal sweep below all-time highs to see if we can catch the reversal back down. But we're working for it. We're working for it. Dude, it was 10:30, like 5 minutes ago. What the heck? 30:11? Damn. Now you linked it already. Well, you guys can do the math off the Discord. Yeah, I'd probably make like eh. Well, with the whole discount thing that I have going on, I probably make like 15, 20K a month off Discord, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong. I always tell you guys, like, I'm super blessed for you guys. Like, I'm like, you know, thank you for choosing me, you know, to learn from and everything. Now, before you guys say, oh, but dude, you make Discord money. Guys, I cannot control how much I grow the community. You guys want to say for my OGs in here, bro? I was live trading when I had like 10 people in the Discord for like a good year and a half. Like I never really like quit because of the money or you know, I was making like $100 a month. You know what I mean? I never really cared about it. Because a good part of my income, which is the money that I really spend on myself, is kind of just money from the payouts. You know what I mean? That's how I pay my house and everything. And then the rest is just kind of saving it in my bank account. You guys know me. I don't really go out. I don't really travel that much. You know, I don't really buy designer or anything. So kind of just have the money sitting there. But yeah, no, because I know there's gonna be that one person that's gonna be like, oh, but David, you just make Discord money, bro. You're just a LARPer. You know what I mean? Obviously, like I said, guys, I can't control. You know, I'm just doing my job, and I'm just doing like, you know, what I do best. You know what I mean? Which is teach you guys and trading together. And obviously, if you guys like it, you guys join. And if you guys join, then obviously, you know, all that good stuff. You don't need to explain yourself. Yeah, okay, my fault, my fault. I just want to seem like a LARPer, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want to seem like a course seller. I don't control how fast I grow. What's your biggest payout? My biggest payout was a $25,000 payout. I've never requested anything more than that. I can, but I kind of choose not to because I like to have a buffer on all of my accounts. Oof. Bro, I am talking too fast today, bro. Don't travel my ass. Just got back from Colombia the other weekend. Whoa. The thing is, before Colombia, I didn't travel for like a good year or maybe more. So no, I don't travel that much. Might just come back later. Yeah, I mean, bro, we're getting really close to an inverse and an entry model, but every time we get closer to an entry model, we just keep bouncing up. So I mean, like I said, I'm gonna stay cash until we get it. I don't care. I'm already green on the week. I'm super green from yesterday. I am not complaining, bro. And I'm super green from Monday as well. And Tuesday. Well, Tuesday, I don't really want to count it as a good day. Although I did end green, I'm not happy with my performance on Tuesday. But Monday and yesterday, and you know, all that good stuff, we've been doing really good. Rejection of the gap for longs? Hell no. No, I am not doing no longs here. No. I am not doing longs at all today, guys. No way. I'd rather stay cash than take longs. So Blast, there's a 2,600 profit target to get a payout from Apex. Why is that? Well, that's just the rules. You ask that to them, not me. I didn't make the rules. Okay, guys. So far, nothing yet, man. In fact, I've been in this game for about 2 years now. For real? Oh yeah, 2024. I started. When did I start this Discord? Hold on, let me see something. I started this Discord in 2022, right? Damn. This Discord is old. 2020. So let me see. So 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. So like 4 years I've been using this Discord. My goodness. Yeah, 3 or 4 years. How do I check how long I've been here? If you guys want to check, if you guys are curious, all you have to do is just click on your profile and click here, and then it'll just tell you here. You've been a member of Discord since 2018, and then since you've been in here since 2024. So you're not an OG in here, bro. You don't got that OG status, bro. David, guess how long I've been here? No looking. I would say since 2024. Let me check. Oh, yep, 2024. April 10th, 2024. I mean, the measure makes me OG. I guess. It gives you a little priority. You know what I mean? Them 2-month winning streaks used to be crazy. I know, bro. I'm trying to start one up again, bro, but it's hard with this fucking market, bro. David, what's your crypto wallet? Dude, I don't even do crypto, bro. So you're not getting me with that one, bro. By the way, let me ask you guys. I've always been curious about this because obviously I know a lot of you guys in here. You know, you guys have lives and everything. When it comes to live trading, let's say we have a long day like today, for example. Look, it's already 11:05. Let's say you guys are at work, right? I would imagine you guys. Let's say you're in an office or at school. Do you guys just put me in your AirPod and just put me on the side or something? I've always wondered. Or do you guys genuinely watch the streams? Yes. Okay. I figured. Because, bro, like, you know, watching a chart like this, you know, I'd say my job is pretty painful. I mean, watching a chart sometimes when it does nothing all day, it's pretty boring. So I wouldn't imagine you guys to do all that either, right? You're my meta glasses? Veras? Yo. Bro, AirPods and got multiple screens? Bro. Someone say here, you're my AirPods, and if you're talking about something, I just quickly put on my phone and look. Okay, well, it's like, I guess when we're not trading, you guys are probably just like listening to like a podcast, bro, for the most part. Let me see. I work from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. Wake up at 9. Nah, bro, that's dedication, bro. Nah, huge shout out to you, bro. That's low-key really. Now, I do know that you do get paid from your payouts, bro. So it's dedication, but you're getting paid. You're getting it back. So there's no complaining here, bro. I'm what, bro? This dude, bro. David, can we do ASMR trades next week? Whispering only, bro. If I get a losing trade, bro, I'm gonna get mad and scream the mic, bro. So probably not. I'm surprised when I stay on stream and watch the whole time, and I tell I'm in a meeting, but bro, bro, little do they know you're here blowing accounts left and right, bro. Let me see. I work delivery Amazon, bro. Huge shout, bro, to my Amazon workers in here, bro. Huge shout out to you guys, bro. I think Amazon is doing like that 1 hour delivery thing. I don't know how the hell they're gonna do that, bro. But if you're working for Amazon, bro, drive safe, bro. Do not rush those Amazon Prime deliveries packages, bro. So I'm listening while watching, and it's time to do the trade. I just park in front of the houses, bro. Why didn't you go live on your tilt day? Which day was that? Last week? I think the last time I didn't go live was like last week Tuesday, last week Wednesday, around there. I was just very tilted, but I just didn't feel good. I just didn't get on. Doing this until I get these payouts, bro. Hey, bro, I mean, I saw you be super green yesterday, bro. So we're getting closer and closer, man. Cash day, bro, we keep getting close to these entries. We've gotten close to an entry like 2 or 3 times, and we just haven't gotten. Yeah, look, we got close to an entry here, close to an entry here, and then close to an entry here, and we haven't gotten an entry model. So we stay patient, bro. We keep waiting, bro. Worst case, we stay cash. Regardless, we're super green from yesterday, so we're not complaining. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Bro. Nah. Look, you're red because yesterday you chose not to take profits at 75 points. That is your fault. You can't blame anyone in here, bro. You cannot blame anyone in here, bro. That is on you, bro. Bro, please stay on till we get a trade. I'm so close to passing an eval. After way too long, feels like the last time I passed I was a baby, bro. I'm trying, bro, but bro, talking 24/7, like nonstop for the last 3 hours is kind of draining. So sometimes, your boy, I haven't ate breakfast, I haven't showered. My hair looks crazy. Sometimes I get off to take a little 5-minute break, do all that stuff, and then I get back on. Very good week for me. Very nice, bro. Very, very nice. Wait, gamer, I'm assuming you're green on Tuesday because you took profits on the longs that we were up 45 points from, right? I'm assuming. I think you're like one of the few that took profits. Yep, figured. Yep. If we noticed that the view was there on Tuesday, we would have had a flawless week, bro. So annoying, bro. But hey, we learned. We can't complain. It was a lesson at the end of the day. A very expensive lesson. Okay, let's see. Do you think it's best once I pass an eval to build a big buffer? Then no. Guys, look. Guys, profits. Look, you build a buffer as you keep trading. But whenever you can request a payout, request it, bro. These aren't your accounts. These are the profits accounts, right? Then after you request a payout, lower your sizing since you're gonna have less buffer. Lower your sizing, get more winning trades. Build a better buffer. Request another payout, and as you keep requesting payouts, you're gonna notice your buffer is slowly growing and growing and growing and growing. And then you look back a year later or a few months later, and you have a huge buffer. Do that. It's a better thing. All right, bro. I always tell you guys, if the money's running, let's say for example, you're walking in a park, right? And I come up to you, and I'm like, oh, hey, do you want $2,000? Obviously, you're gonna take it, bro. So if the profit is saying, hey, you can request 2K right now, why not take it? Right? Or even $500, why not take it, bro? It's stupid. You know what I mean? You'd be stupid not to take it. So take the money, let the money get taken out of your account. You're gonna have less buffer. Simple. Size less. It's common sense. You know what I mean? So do that instead. Anyways, let's hear. David, what's your opinion on mentors who pay for ads on Instagram and promote their course/trading bot? I mean, dude, there is nothing wrong with promoting yourself on Instagram and stuff, but just back up your claims. You know what I mean? That's all I have to say. Once again, guys, look. A lot of people always ask me, what's it called? Hey, David, why do you have a Discord when you make money from trading? Well, I can't even talk. It's an extra income, right? That's like asking a teacher in college, hey, why am I paying for school when or why are you working and getting paid by the school when you know how to let's say build a business, or you know how to what's a college class? You know how to do science, rocket science. You know how to build a rocket, right? Why are you working for a school, right? Because obviously it's more income. You know what I mean? For example, I'm sure business, like if you guys are in college if you guys are in a business class and your teacher's teaching you about business, I'm sure, I would hope they have their own business. They're probably making money off that, and they also enjoy teaching, and they get, some nice stuff out of it, and they make an extra income. You know what I mean? Same way for me. I'm making an income of trading. If I could sell this skill for an uncapped amount of income, why not make more? You know what I mean? Let me ask you, would you guys rather make 25K a month or 50K a month? Obviously, I don't know who in the right mind will say 25. Yo, Zan. Yo, come on now, bro. Let's be honest here, bro. Yo, I know you guys are not choosing 25K a month. You guys are choosing 50K a month. So why not do the extra work, get the extra income, and then, boom, you're happy. You know what I mean? Why not? Right? So I really have nothing against mentors if you want to, that promote themselves through ads on Instagram. Obviously, if you're able to back up your claim and actually show profits, bank statements, student testimonials, and all that stuff, then yeah, you're pretty qualified to teach. You know what I mean? Now, if you've never placed a trade in a day in your life, and you're selling courses and you're selling a lifestyle, then I have something against you, because obviously you're LARPing. You know what I mean? You're doing something that's not good. You know what I mean? You're selling a dream to people. You know what I mean? You're showing all these fake profits and that are not yours, and this car that's rented or this car that's leased or whatever, and you're selling a dream to make money out of that. Now that's messed up. Right? But if you're actually teaching people and you're putting your work into your Discord and you actually provide value in your course, there's nothing wrong with that. All right. Let me see. Thoughts on TGR? Honestly, bro, TGR, honestly, he took the best route ever, bro. Look, bro, TGR, he made his money. He look. TGR was brought up with actual trading, actual education, and he genuinely helped a lot of people. He made his money. Obviously, I would take the same route. If you make a buttload of money, we're talking millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. Obviously, you're gonna get bored and tired of trading. Trading is a very stressful thing. Trading is kind of meant to be made for something, or meant to be done. Like, you make money quick and you leave. Trading is not something that you should do for the rest of your life. You're not gonna make it past 30 with the amount of stress that you have with trading. You know what I mean? So TGR, I do like the route that he took. He grew his brand by teaching people and making money off trading, and teaching people and making money off teaching people. Good route, right? He made so much money to the point where he doesn't need to continue teaching people, and now he just has fun for the rest of his life, or for the rest of currently, right? He streams, he has fun, he gambles with, which is pretty fun, you know. So yeah, he took a good route. He made his money, you know, he's happy with it. He you know, he did everything good, and he obviously, yes, TGR and every big trader out there has their dilemma. You know, TGR, he had the prop firm, he stole from his friends. Yeah, whatever. I don't obviously condone that, right? Is that how you say condone? I think that's the right word. Whatever. You know, but the route that he took in order to make money from the educational route that he took, look, he went from trading to education to making money from trading and education. He made so much to the point where, you know, that's it. Like, why deal with so much stress from teaching people when you've already made more than enough money? Now you just enjoy your life. All right. And one thing I will say to you guys is I really do agree with the fact that trading should not be something that you do for the rest of your life. It's not something you should rely on for income, like for your only source of income. Don't do that. It's stupid. All right, guys. I can tell you a million stories from a million people that I've had in this Discord, and you guys are probably still in here right now, that, you know, you're making a buttload of money from your job, and you're like, oh, but, you know, trading can make me so much more, so I'm gonna quit my job, and that's where everything goes to shit. You know what I mean? Why not just say he's a scammer? Well, you know, he's done his bad. You know, you guys know I don't really like to call people scammers. You know, if they do their bad, I just don't talk about it. You know, I just don't bring them up. He's done his good and his bad. You know what I mean? But the thing is that the things that he's scammed on, it could be easily recoverable. So I mean, if he's done all this bad, why not just, for example, he stole from his friends. Okay, what, he took $1,000 from them? Just pay them back $1,000. You know what I mean? Fakest trader of all time? I feel like there's faker traders out there. Can't call people scammers when you're, yo, Zay, I'm gonna ban you, bro. Watch out, bro. Watch out, bro. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just don't like to bring up drama into this Discord. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to be like, oh, did you guys see that at TGR? No, you know what I mean? I'll just kind of ignore it. What are your thoughts on Trader Kane? Dude, he has like one of the biggest payout histories in Apex. Very good trader. I think he requested a $1.3 million payout on Apex in one go. Whew. Dude, that is hard, bro. Let me tell you. That is hard. Never should go to his Discord. I don't think he does alerts. He does more education. Trader Kane is another person like TGR where he made his money from selling his Discord and obviously making over $1 million from Apex, to the point where he doesn't really care about trading or alerting anymore. So if you join his Discord, you're probably just joining more for the community. But yeah. Quick question. Can one maintain a static lot size and take one trade a day, whether it's a loss or profit, from your commentary and be profitable at the end of the month? Well, yeah, if you track out, well, keep in mind, guys, I'm speaking of stats, right? I know a lot of you guys have my stats in here. Obviously, all of my alerts are public. A lot of you guys always show me the stats, and I maintain a win rate for, you know, it could be, obviously every month varies, but the general win rate is more than 50% a month. So yeah, honestly, if you're taking one trade a day, you should be profitable, to be honest. Some say here, who's your top 5 traders of all time? Me, Blastoise, Dave. No, I'm saying. Okay, I would say, my number one spot would be Kurabi. One of my closest friends. Huge shout out to him. Amazing trader and has never faked a single thing. Doesn't involve something drama. Very good person. I like him. You know what I mean? That's my boy. Krabby, number one spot. No question. Dude, he's like number one, beyond number one. Amazing trader. All right. Number 2 spot, I would say Lonto. Very, very good trader. Doesn't flex a lifestyle. Just keeps it trading. Very nice. Very calm. Very cool. Someone said Krabby's asset trading. Yo, I'm gonna ban you, bro. Watch out, bro. No, okay. So Krabby number 1, Lonto number 2. Number 3, I would give it to. Mm, I'll give it to Money Motive. Nah, I'm just kidding. I know you guys have had your issues with Money Motive. Okay, no, seriously. Lonto got bro. Okay, let me talk to you guys a little bit about Lonto. Okay, if you guys are saying that Lonto got exposed for sim trading or whatever, you guys are stupid. Like, the thing is, okay, look, how many of you guys are in the trading community on Twitter? Bro, there's this person called what's it? I think, look, I'm not calling her that. That's her name on Twitter. Her name is Market Mommy. That's her name. I'm not calling her. That's her name, right? Bro, all she does is talk so much. Like, bro, I can go on Twitter right now and post a profit day, and like most of the comments will be like, okay, so if you really zoom in on this pixel, you can see that there's a dead pixel there. So this trade is fake. Like, dude, you can never post something on Twitter and get positive feedback. Everything on Twitter is pure negativity. It is horrible. Um, but yeah, so no, Lonzo does not fake his trades. I know Lonzo myself. I've seen him trade like myself. Like, we used to talk like daily in private calls, and we used to trade together. Like, I would see his screen share. So no, huge shout out to Lonzo. And bro, even then, he literally he ran millions of dollars in prop firms, and people called it fake. Sure, let's just say it's fake, right? But he did it also on a live account. You can't fake that. And he even withdrew that $1 million withdrawal on a live account recorded. You can't fake that, right? So let's say, yeah, sure. Let's say in a given world where he's faking prop firms, you can't fake that live account, right? So even if he did fake the prop firms, he still requested over $1 million in withdrawals from a live account. So no denying that. All right. So number 2 spot. Okay. So Krabi, Lonto, number 3 spot. I would give it to Brian. Brian Stunk. I know maybe not everyone in here knows him. If you're big on Twitter, you guys probably know him. Yeah, Brian, I will give it to number 3. Number 4, I will give it to Desi. Very good trader, very legit, very positive vibes. You know, I fuck with Desi a lot. Although I don't know him and he doesn't know me, I know that he's a very, very good trader. So we have Karabi number 1, Lonto number 2, number 3, Brian Stunk, number 4, Desi Trades. Number 5, final spot. Who do I give it to? I'm thinking about giving it to Ryan, but I don't know. I don't know. He's very. I like to say that Ryan has a very big ego. So I don't know. He's a good trader. Don't get me wrong, and he trades IFGs. In fact, everyone in my list trades IFGs. But Ryan, do I give it to Ryan? Is there another trader that I know? Ryan doesn't even trade. That's the thing. He's had his problems before. Now, we're not talking about doesn't even trade. We're talking about setups and, well, yeah, trading, I guess. Big Daddy Max, nah. Zaim, he's good. He's really good, Zaim. But I don't know if he trades consistently. Like, I don't really look at his Discord that much. I haven't talked to Zaim in a minute. What about Reese Phillips? I don't know how he trades. He doesn't like trades, so I don't know. Because dude, anyone can take a screenshot of a trading view chart and be like, oh guys, look, I took longs here. You know what I mean? I want to see it live. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying he's fake and I'm not saying he's a bad trader, but if you guys notice the what's it called? The people that I'm like rating, it's all based off of they actually do it live and they actually show withdrawals and everything, right? So who else would I give it to? Honestly, I might have to give it to Dodgy. Top 5. I mean, number 5. Yo, okay, maybe Aussie, bro. Maybe Aussie, bro. Dude, you're crazy, bro. This dude Aussie requests a payout every week, bro. Good shit, man. Good shit. I don't know. Who can I give the last thing to? Dodgy's real. I believe Dodgy is real. Yes, before in the past he had his issues. I do believe that he used to trade demo in the past. I do agree with that. But recently he's been actually really, really consistent and really, really good with his payouts. So I'm gonna have to give it to Dodgy. Yeah. So Karabi, Lonto, Brian. Actually, I'll put Desi in the top 3. Desi, he's been a lot more consistent lately. Brian, he had his issues where Apex called him out. So I'll put him number 4. He's still a really good trader, but he has his issues. So yeah, Krabi, Lonto, Desi, Brian Stonk, and Dodgy. I'll give it to them. Actually, put Blasters in the number 1 spot. Trades by Next question, bro. Next question. Look, bro. You guys aren't stupid, bro. You guys aren't stupid. All right. Scarface trades. I think he does options. Yeah, JCap is also a really good trader. Yeah, obviously, there's other good traders out there, guys. But someone asked me for my top 5. So I'm going to give you guys my top 5, not my top 100. You know what I mean? What about Blaster Tracy's the LARPer? Bro. Okay, look. One thing I don't want to talk about it. No. I was going to talk about this trades by Ski, C, whatever it is. What's the dirt on, bro? You guys aren't stupid, bro. Come on, man. Look, all I'm gonna say, look, I'm not gonna talk about it, because I don't like to talk about like negative stuff or anything. But look, if your favorite trader is trading on a negative problem on an unregulated broker, no, you're not stupid, bro. You got at least look. If you guys are in my community, you guys have a brain here. You guys are smart. All right, guys. If any of your favorite traders trade on an unregulated prop firm or unregulated broker, bullshit. All right, don't believe it. All right. Do not believe it. Please. Please, 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 please. You guys are not stupid here. All right, but you might be like, oh, but he doesn't sell his course, bro. Guys, let me tell you something. All right. If I had the opportunity to, okay, look, the way, how do I say this? In a way that's not like me. He full leverages. No, it's not even that, bro. Just be blunt. The thing is, I don't like talking about like, you know what I mean? Like I'll give credit where credit is due, but when it's not due, then I just won't talk about it. But I just don't want you guys to fall for the bullshit. Look, I'm gonna be straight up, no names mentioned. All right. If your favorite trader trades on an unregulated broker, not regulated, right? Regulated is fine. Regulated is normal. Like for example, Lonzo, he trades on a regulated Tradeovate broker. He requested $1 million in withdrawals. Is that legit? Yes, you can't fake that. Now, if your favorite trader is trading on an unregulated broker, this means that the SEC rules do not apply to that broker. So what does that mean? Well, if that broker is not if that broker is not regulated, that means that you can do whatever you want. You can put it out of your ass and nothing will happen. You will get no punishment, right? So here's the problem, right? What happens when a trader doesn't promote a Discord? So it gives you that like, oh, he's not a course seller, so he must be a real trader, right? Here's the problem. He makes more money than you can imagine, or a trader promoting an unregulated prop firm makes more money than you can ever imagine from selling a course. Why? Here's the thing, right? I know a lot of you guys, maybe most of you guys, maybe even all of you guys in here don't know how brokers work. But I don't either. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not some genius, right? But the way I have an idea of it, it's with unregulated brokers, fuck, I don't know how to explain it, bro. I really don't. There's like an A-list type of broker and a B-list type of broker, right? And the way it works is each broker has liquidity, I'm pretty sure, right? So the way it works is when someone signs up to your broker that's unregulated, or even a regulated broker, but if someone signs up to an unregulated broker, the way it works is when you place trades. Okay, for example, right? Look. On Tradeovate, right? When you guys place trades on your broker, right? You may not notice it, but you guys know how you guys pay a fee, whether it's like a $1 fee, $2 fee, $3 fee, or whatever, right? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? No, King. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But tell me, guys, right? When you guys place a trade, you don't notice it, but right that you place that you get a fee, right? You pay a fee in every trade, whether it's 1 micro, 100 micros, no matter what. Right? Exactly. All brokers make money on fees. So here's the thing. When you're as big as unnamed trader and you have such a nice rep online because you don't sell a course and people sign up to your unregulated broker, anytime that you alert a trade and you signal that trade and people take that trade, you're making money. No matter whether the trade works or not, you're making a guaranteed minimum 5-figure income. Why? Because if you promote a trade to over 10,000 people that are following you, or 100,000 people that are following you, imagine 100,000 people take 1 micro, right, into that trade, or whatever the case may be, right? And they pay a $1 fee. Who's keeping that fee? Tell me in the chat, who's keeping the fee? Tell me, who's keeping the fee? Because that fee has to go to somewhere, right? Who is it going to? Or a percent of that fee. Maybe not the whole fee of the trade, but a percent of it. Who's it going to? The promoter, right? So when you see this guy, and let me tell you something, right? Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, if unnamed trader is not an actual trader and he's, how is he so consistent? How is he showing these $1 million days? Well, this goes back into an unregulated broker, right? Let's scroll up in the chat here, right? Someone actually brought it up. King Q, he said they can manipulate things. Now, what do you mean you can manipulate things? Well, like I said, with an unregulated broker, you could do whatever you want and you will not get noticed. Why? Because it's not regulated. It doesn't fall under the rules that make it regulated, right? So right now, if I'm not trading live, right, I could be like, oh, guys, I entered longs down here. So I go into that broker, I send a buy order, and I edit the fill to show that I'm filled up here. Even though I send the buy order right now, you can edit the time of the trade taken. You can edit the profits of the trade taken. You can edit the profits of your account. You can edit the balance of your account, and you can edit where you entered. It's unregulated. So please, if you guys are in my community, you guys have a brain in here. You guys are not stupid. All right, guys? So whenever you see a trader out there and you're like, oh my God, he's a real trader, he's not promoting a course, do your research. All right? I'm going to say this once. You guys know I don't like talking about this. I don't like I'll give credit where credit is due, but I will not talk down on someone. All right, guys? But I don't want you guys to be falling for bullshit. Right? And if someone's going to be doing something, make it believable. Right? If I'm making $50 million in a week, I'm not going to be posting on Instagram. Best believe that, right? Be smart. Use your brain. You guys have a brain in here. All right, guys? Even talking about it gets me mad, bro, because like, what the fuck, bro? But you guys have a brain in here, bro. Be smart. Be smart. All right? CFD firms equals sign. No. Now, let me ask you guys something. Okay, when you guys think of a scam in trading, what is the number one market that you guys think about? Tell me. Do you guys think about options being a scam, futures being a scam, forex being a scam, or crypto being a scam? Forex, crypto, forex, exactly. Why is crypto and forex such a scammy market compared to everything else? Well, crypto and forex, they're not scams on its own. It's the community around them. Guys, I can assure you that 90% of the prop firms and 90% of brokers that are all built around forex and crypto, they're all unregulated. And guess what? It just so happens that every rich trader out there, Alex G, Mamba FX, trades by whatever, they all happen to be the richest in the market. Why aren't futures traders as rich as they are? Well, guess what? Futures is all regulated. Forex and crypto, 90% of everything there is all unregulated. So what does that bring? Broker fees. Wait, guys, I don't think you understand how much money people make off being a broker. Look, if someone came up to me and they're like, hey, can you promote my broker and you'll get a % of the fees? Bro, no questions asked, I'm doing that, bro. Now, if it's unregulated, then no, I'm not doing that. But if it's a regulated broker and I can promote a broker and make money on fees, bro, who would say no to that? Come on now, bro. But you guys, I don't think you guys understand, bro. You guys don't understand how much money you can really make off of brokers. Like, we're talking like capital, mega capital M millions. So, bro, look, if anyone in here owns a broker and you guys want me to promote it, DM me, bro. I would never turn that down. Obviously, I will never promote something that's a scam. But if there's something that's legit and, it works and everything, honestly, dude, fuck Discord, bro. I'm promoting a broker, bro. But no, seriously, you guys don't understand. Like, trust me, I know a lot about trading. I've been in the trading space for a while. Yes, course sellers make money, but broker promoters, oof, bro. Dude, they wipe their ass with $100 bills, bro. That's what it is. That's what it is. Bro, isn't that how Wolf of Wall Street got rich? Right? Broker fees, right? 50% commissions, right? Think of that lifestyle. Think of Wolf of Wall Street, right? Where does the scene go in the beginning where what's the name, Jordan Belfort and the other guy, what's the name, the guy from Interstellar, they're having the conversation. He said, no matter how good of a trader you are, right? No matter what loss you take, no matter what wins you take, it doesn't matter because you're getting paid in commissions. What's going on with all these people with unregulated brokers? Commissions. How do you think they're living this Wolf of Wall Street life with 2 Bugattis, a mega yacht, helicopters, a warehouse, luxury vacations? Wolf of Wall Street lifestyle. Where is it coming from? How did Jordan Belfort get rich? Broker fees, guys. Let's use our brains here, man. All right? The owner of TraderMate, bro. And guess what? when you guys, when you go to TraderVate or when you use any of these brokers, are you guys thinking about the fees? Are you guys thinking about the owner of TraderVate? Bro, if I ask you guys, hey, what's the name of the owner of TraderVate? No one here knows. Do you think he's on Instagram flaunting, oh guys, look, 1 million people today took a trade. I made $50 million. Take my trades, guys. No. No. No one knows who the owner of TraderVate is. No one knows who the owners of any of these brokers are. But they're the richest in the trading space. Why? Because they're making guaranteed income. You don't need a prop firm that pays you out. You don't need none of that, right? Why? Because you're making money off fees. All right, guys. So, like I said, think of Wolf of Wall Street. Think of how did he make his money? He didn't make his money by making traders money. He didn't give a shit about them. He got them to buy X amount of contracts. X amount of contracts multiplies the fees. The fees goes into his company or whatever it was, and that's how he makes that money, bro. Think about it, guys. Think about it, bro. Was he promoting penny stocks? Well, he was doing penny stocks because he got 50% commission, right? When he was working at the first firm, he was making like 1% or something of the total sale. With penny stocks, if someone buys $10,000 worth of stock, you're making $5,000 in commission, whether that stock goes to shit or not, which obviously it was, right? I mean, even his wife literally said, that's not right. You know what I mean? But guess what? He didn't give a fuck. He really didn't care. Why? Because he's making 5K, per $10,000 worth of the stock. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think these traders out here, obviously, Wolf of Wall Street, it was based off a real story, and he got caught because obviously he overdid it. But what about the people that aren't getting caught? What about Alex G? What about trades by whatever his name is? What about Mamba FX? This guy, Mamba FX, has a Pagani. He has a Urus, 2 Porsches, 20 Rolls Royces, a mega mansion. How's he getting all this money from? Because if you look at his trades online, he's only making like 20, 30K a trade. He's never promoted a 100K day. So how does he have all these cars and all this thing? Well, he has his own broker. Let's take Alex G, for example. Mega mansion, helicopter, his own private airplane, right? Warehouse, 2 Bugattis, this whole lifestyle. He spends $4 million a month, right? How's he getting his money? Oh, well, look at that. He owns his own broker. Trisbexy, whatever. He doesn't own his own broker, but he promotes one, right? But what's going on? Same thing, right? So I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm calling people out, which I'm not. They're still pretty good traders, right? They still give out ideas, and people make money out of those ideas, which is what gets my respect. But you know what I mean? It's like there's hidden stuff in here, right? Plus, open your own broker. No, dude, I'm literally telling you guys, if you guys ever catch me promoting a broker, I'm not denying that, bro. Like, I would never turn that. Like, if someone comes up to me, they're like, hey, we want you to trade as per normal, as per usual, whatever. But we want you to promote our broker. No, before you even say promote broker, give it to me. Yes, I'll promote it. You know what I mean? But yeah, because like I said, bro, the money that you can make is amazing, bro. It's like, dude, you can wipe your ass with $100 bills every other day, bro. Opening a legal broker would be insanely expensive. Not really. Because remember, there's the thing is, I don't know too much about brokers. I do know that you can make a lot of money from fees, but there are ways that you can what's it called? There's let me search it out. I think it's called A listing and B listing type of brokers. So you don't need that much money you do need a lot of money to open a broker, but not as much as you guys are thinking. Let me see. Trading A list broker. Is that what it's called? A list broker is a marketing who sources, vets, and rents and sells targeted contracts list. Okay, what about B list? I think is it called B list? No, A book, not A list. A book. That's what it's called. Big book broker. Okay, let me search it up. What is a? I'll search it up for you guys. Look, where are you? Okay, look. What is a B book broker in trading? Let me search it up. All right, a B book broker in trading. An A book is a Forex or CFD broker that acts as an routing client orders directly through external liquidity, through banks and institutional players. And then unlike B book, they do not take the opposite side trades, eliminating the conflict of interest. Whatever that means. I'm not too smart, so I don't know what that means. But I do know that there's A book trading or brokers and B book brokers. And then obviously one makes more money than the other, but they both make a buttload of money. So I do know that part. So yeah. Now, Like I said, if anyone comes up to me and tells me to promote a broker, yes. Now, if it's unregulated, no, because I have morals. But if it's regulated, bro, yes, bro. Oh, who's another guy? Guys? I'll let you guys decide. He's very famous. Who's another guy that promotes a broker? I'll let you guys say it in the chat. I don't want to say any names. And guess what? Multi-million-dollar car, multi-million-dollar. No, I know you guys know the name. Come on, say it. I know you guys know it. Think about it. Miami lifestyle, mega rich, multi-million-dollar cars. Exactly. Someone said it. 2 people said it. No, not RP, bro. Not RP. But no, someone else. 2 people said it. Who do you guys think it is? Think about it. Look at their Instagram stories. David, yo, bro, come on. No, but seriously, you guys said it. Keep saying it. I know you guys know who it is. There it is. TJR. You go to his Instagram stories. What are 2 types of stories that you see? Prop firm promotions and broker promotions. Affiliate money, fee money. How's he buying this Koenigsegg and affording all this lifestyle and betting 500K in gambling bets? Where's this coming from? How is this so consistent? Because TJ has never had $1 million day in trading. He's had a few $100,000 days, which, yeah, it's a lot of money. But how can he afford this consistent lifestyle of so much being made? Huh? Think about it. Affiliate money and broker money. Come on now, bro. So do you think the money in his broker is legit? Well, ask yourself, is the broker unregulated or regulated? If it's regulated, yes, it's legit. And there's nothing wrong with promoting a regulated broker. Nothing at all. Because people need a broker to trade on. And that's totally fine. Right? Because if you're guiding people and you're helping people, why not guide them to the broker that you're using? But if it's unregulated, something is wrong. Something's being deceived. Right? Is that how you say it? Something's being deceived? Something like that. Right? So if it's unregulated and he's promoting all these profits and all this P&L and all this balance, something's going wrong. Something's up. But if it's regulated, everything in there is legit because it has to be up to standards with the code of the SEC, I think it's called. Something like that. So yeah. They say how to learn Discord now. Oh yeah, bro. That's where the real money is coming from, bro. Dude, fuck trading NQ, bro. but yeah. Now, bro, it was 10:30 like 5 minutes ago. Oh my. Okay. I might come back later, guys, because dude, the volume is dying down, bro. We are pretty far away from our shorts. No trades yet, guys. No trades yet. Honestly, better than me in red, to be honest. But yeah. But hopefully you guys appreciated my little TED talk here. Do you short all-time highs? Oh yes. I do not long all-time highs. I only short all-time highs. I'm just waiting for the confirmation. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed my little podcast here, and hopefully you guys woke up a little bit and actually start using your brains a little bit with these online people. These Japanese, I enjoy them, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Good. I also no. I'm not in shorts. I'm not in shorts. But I am looking for shorts. I'm waiting for it. But yeah. I mean, bro, we say better than me in red. You know what I mean? I don't want to put any unnecessary risk on the day. But like, I'm not saying I'm gonna call it a day, but I'm probably gonna come back later. If the market selling picks up. If not, I'll just stay cash. Yeah, but the other day we were all-time highs. Yeah, I always short all-time highs. Always, but I always wait for confirmations. But yeah. Bro, space. But anyways, I'm actually really hungry, guys. All this yapping has me very hungry. Plus, it's lunchtime already, or about to be. So I'm probably gonna go pick up like a sandwich or something and eat it, and then come back to trading. Hopefully, by the time that I get back, the market is selling off. Where David give us a website tour? I did yesterday, bro. I'm still working on a bit of features. So I don't want to give you guys a tour every other day. But it's almost ready. We have a lot built up, and we still have a lot to build. So. But yeah. Are you got this? Are you proud? Bro, you did not need all this for freaking trading, bro. But hey, fuck it, bro. Max, bro, now you can go to Starbucks and LARP by working on the laptop there, bro. But yeah. Now, on a more serious note, guys, for now, obviously we haven't taken any trades for the day. We're still cash on the day. We do have some setups, but they are pretty far away. So if anything, let's come back later. Let's take like a little breather off the charts. And then when we come back later, we can, if the setting picks up, then we can hopefully get a trade. Some pick your setup. I got you, bro. Here. Let me just put it right here. I'm gonna send to you over here. There you go, bro. But yeah, other than that, guys, this feels like when the teacher starts talking about life instead of teaching, bro. I used to love that, bro. I used to love it, bro. Yap your life away, bro. Yap it away, bro. Bro, I used to love that, bro. But yeah. Anyways, guys. Other than that, I'm gonna come back later. So far, like I said, we haven't caught any trades today. We haven't seen any pretty good setups. We have setups, but nothing has played out yet. If we get, I got you, Remy. I got you, bro. But if we do get a setup later on in the day, don't worry. I will alert it. I will take it, and I will show everything. So yeah, whenever we get it, we'll be back on. All right, guys. But for now, go take a breather. Keep your notification on. You don't even have to open up the chart. I'll have it open. If I see something, I'll ping you guys so you guys know when to check. But for now, get off. Go take a breather. All right, guys. We'll be back soon. All right, guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys. Peace, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Peace, 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 peace. And YouTube, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Obviously, it was more of a podcast type of stream more than a trading stream. But like I said, there's just not much to really work with today in the markets. But yeah, now, if I do end up going live in the PM session later, I'll probably just go live in the premium. So if you guys want to join the premium for only $10 and get access to an extra month of premium included for completely free, click on this link here in the chat and join the premium. It's only $10, guys. All right, guys. And here you can get access to my oh wait, I sent the wrong link. Oops, my fault, guys. Hold up. But what I was gonna say was, with this link, you guys can get access to the live trading with no delay, educational content, my trades, my setups that I'm watching, and so much more. All right, guys. So if you guys do want to join, guys, feel free to click that link, join up the winning side, and I'll see you guys there. All right, guys.